Do you find yourself ever being super frugal about certain things and then having to check yourself because you just spent $1,400 on a statue or
absolutely
all the time, all the time, all the fucking time?
What do you think that's all about?
I don't know.
know.
It is the weirdest thing though, because I would like spend like $50 on a dinner, and then like the next day it would be like $13. And I'm like, I could get it for $12 probably.
Yeah, it fucks me up. Like I was just thinking about it recently. Like I was in the grocery store, and like I was like one of those like you had to be. It was this price for the member if you have a little card. I usually just ask the cashier like, I forgot mine. Which,
They always have their own
slipper, the old old sad eyes. But I do find it funny that I'm like, man, I'm not gonna spend $3 for this peanut butter, but I'll fucking drop this one on pre-order. I actually got stung recently by a pre-order. So let me say something. One thing my wife and I really enjoy is spending money. Like we really, really, really enjoy it.
No, love to hear it. Love to do it.
Love to spend it. Yeah. Wish I loved to save it. At Christmas last year, she got me pretty fucked up, and then we started shopping, online shopping, and she basically sold me on how to finish off the Module case.
Okay.
Right.
That's expensive.
Yeah, with like, look, I think you should put this in there, you know.
you guys made a strategy.
Correct. And I was like, okay. And she's like, well, you should probably just pre-order them now. Just pre-order them now. And I was like, no. I was too much money. And she was like, no, you spend a little bit every month. We'll ration it out. We can get this, you know what I mean? In between there, we got Father's Day. We can put a little bit towards it then. Like all of these, and like I'm a third, fourth glass in. I'm like, you know what? I deserve it. I deserve it. I will work hard. I'm a man of this house. So I did it. And it was two statues. One, and I have to pre-order another one soon. That's finito. But like one of them, I've been paying my monthly payments, right? And the other one, I haven't got hit with a monthly payment yet, right? So I was like, oh man, this shit's far out. Like that's great. It's even working out better than I planned. Apparently, I didn't hit payment plan on that one.
Ruh-roh.
Because that shit just hit for the whole kit and caboodle last week. And let me tell you something. I had to punch 2 new holes in my belt and cinch that motherfucker down all the way for a little while. So I will be doing the best I can content-wise here in the foreseeable future. But I actually have a ton of stuff on loan to me right now, so it should be all good. But good grief, you talk about like I felt like my whole heart went into my stomach
when you didn't, because you didn't fucking see it coming.
I started feeling all hot on the inside.
I did.
Oh.
You'll never see it coming.
I'm glad I have a separate account for all that kind of shit.
I pay for everything up front. Pre-order, I paid for the whole thing.
Yeah,
immediately. So I already bought it. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm not. I live by the seat of my pants, Joe.
Yeah. And sometimes it's weird to have a bunch of money out there.
I'm on the edge. Living on the edge, like Aerosmith.
Bro. And look where it got you.
Yeah. And what made matters worse, it was a fucking Joker. It was like the joke wasn't. Anyway,
that's perfect.
Yeah. It's beautiful, though. It's beautiful. It's out there now. And it might cause we crossed our T's and dotted our I's on it, but we're going to see how it plays out. But it's pushing things to the limit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have a good feeling about it ultimately. But even in the same breath, right? Like that, I just dropped that. Well, I didn't just drop that. That hurt. I got Mike Tyson punched out. You remember that dude's name? It was Mac.
Yeah, Lil Mac.
Yeah.
He's in
like the main character.
Yeah. I feel like
Smash.
we don't talk about him enough.
No, we talk about him all the time. He's in Smash.
We talk about him.
No, we do. There's all kinds of memes, and he's prominent in video gaming for years now.
Oh, okay.
You just out of touch, bro.
Maybe. My kids are playing Splat.
Splatoon. That's also
Splatoon.
from a little while back.
Yeah. Their Aunt Kelly is very, very good at Splatoon.
Yeah, I don't even understand it really. I'm like, you just painting a house? Are you painting a
You're
house?
a squid person.
You're trying to outpaint the other team.
Yeah.
Like try to
Cover more ground.
More ground. So they have different guns
I see.
and pop-up attacks and
I see.
So it's like real life with taggers.
Yeah.
Ask Jessica about it.
Yeah. Dude, I wonder if Jessica's nice or trash at Splatoon.
That'd be a good question. I know he's got a whatever the newest Nintendo is, the Switch, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So we had coffee today. We had special coffee.
That's fucking great, bro.
Special coffee.
This is gonna get me back into like heavy drinking coffee. I feel like.
It's gonna come into there's gonna be a Patreon video for it, at the $5 level, and it'll be probably this weekend. But it was a gift from William Fong, who I am now going to nickname Billy with the good hair. So that's his name from because this gift was the joke was on us. I feel like, but it was good. It was good. So we both kind of got our coffee at the same time. Joe, how was your nerd week?
For this court video, we watched Addams Family Value. We watched the second one first because it's leaving. It left Prime. It was on Prime for free for a few more days. It just happens to be, and then we're watching the first one tonight. It's fucking great. It is good. I love both those movies.
I watched it not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. That was the one where I had to tell Jana when she was like, "What does virgin mean?" And I was like, "That's when you're single from Virginia."
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, it could be. You could be single from Virginia and be a virgin.
Correct. It's not a total lie.
But yeah, dude, I feel like every dude know how Fester feels though. Like with the tempting of the pussy, just like yeah, whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
I mean, he was a virgin. Remember the first? I don't know, but like I remember the first time. I think it's more of a ladies thing usually, stereotypically. Like the first person you sleep with, you kind of like fucking hung up on them for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was pretty hung up on my first one.
Yeah,
I was not.
Did you remember your first one? Listen, the other thing, you don't remember it.
I very distinctly do.
I think there is a certain wide swath demographic of men that like when they get involved with a woman.
Oh, you never see them again.
That's it. That's it. So long.
Just
long.
Write them off, man.
So long. They just
take your time.
They just open up their head and they take their thoughts and memories of you out, and then they put it on the shelf, and they'll be like, "We'll come back when this relationship fails."
And sometimes it does, and they come back.
And then sometimes they don't, and they never come back.
Yeah. It's hard to find a balance, but yeah. Raul Julia.
Now I kind of. Do you want to go into a deep dive on?
Yeah, high school girlfriend. And we started dating, and I remember
first name
Tina.
I was gonna go Crystal.
There was a Crystal I dated for several years.
She was the
snake.
You never know who's listening.
The snake handler's granddaughter.
No shit.
Oh shit. The not snake handler's granddaughter.
Or was she?
I mean, there might have been some snake charming in the family, but it wasn't from a religious context. Yeah, I mean, we did the deed, and
fornicated.
She'd been telling me all year, like she had to have knee surgery or something after high school.
Bet.
Well, and she kept on saying, I never thought about it like that. She's like, I just don't want you to leave me. And then right after high school, she's like, I don't have to have knee surgery. Okay, cool. Deuces.
Good luck to you.
I was done. Yeah.
Oh, you went into it.
Were you going to stand? Were you going to stand by her through the surgery and recovery, and then roll out?
I mean, I just felt guilty about it. Honestly,
a good guy, man.
I was.
Did you not like her?
I felt like I had been tricked. To be honest,
to be
the
with
whole
her?
well, yeah. Hanging on all year, like I was like, this is kind of bullshit. And then there were other opportunities on the horizon at that point. So,
yes.
I mean, did you want to go out with her first, or were you just trying to get laid?
Yeah. I mean, we got along well, and
but then you were like over it.
Yeah. By the time it came to an end, I was like, that's it.
I tell you, Laura was supposed to be my summer thing.
Oh,
that was the intention when I started messing with her. I was like, dude, it's gonna be a good summer thing.
And then fucking 20 years later.
Yeah, 25.
How many summers? 25 summers?
25 summers.
Wow. She's been your summer thing for 25 years.
25 years, yeah.
It's pretty legit.
She said, I'll never forget, it was probably August or early September. She was like, I gotta tell you something. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I think I love you. And I was like, that's crazy.
Hit her with it. That's crazy. 25 years ago. A pioneer.
And then I got back with her in October. I was like, I think I do too. God bless. I guess that's it.
And you're right.
And then here we are 25 years later, which we did celebrate our 25th anniversary, dating anniversary just last week.
Nice.
Yeah. What else? What else, Joe?
What? I think that might be it.
Wow. Super simple.
Resident Evil 5. Going through it with Krista.
Is that the
It's fun. It's no.
Which
no,
one
no.
is
the new one? Is 8.
You said Krista the
know.
way Leonardo said Splinter. Krista.
Because I don't usually say her name. You know,
So,
it's
dude,
just
say her name.
say my name. It's usually yes, ma'am.
Oh
No.
Wow.
I know the
it's
context that's spoken in.
It's like
I never pegged you for a yes ma'am kind of guy.
you're right. Yeah, no, it's an older one. It's like a super actiony one. That was the part where like Chris Redfield was like punching a boulder. It's fucking great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The newest one is 8, which I love. Like they went back to the original like roots of the series with more like horror, more suspense,
the
more
Village,
storytelling.
is that 8?
Yeah,
I've been eyeing that game.
it's really
I think
good.
I'm gonna try
It's
it.
really fucking good.
I enjoyed those back.
Yeah,
Start with 7.
I guess?
Get 7.
the second one. To this day, I remember being scared, like just like startled. Like I
Yeah.
remember, like it was like the first time a video game
Yeah.
ever startled
I
me.
think the first time I got started was maybe Silent Hill. Was that the one where they're like, put the controller down, it will move without you, and they made it vibrate and it moved
Yes.
around, and it was just kind of like, what's next after this?
Are we-
Put it on your dick. I'm going to move it around. Special attachment.
like get
I'm sure
the,
they have
balls.
those nowadays.
they're like get the Ouija board out. I'm like I'm turn this off. Turn this off.
Never get the Ouija. Don't have a Ouija board.
I
Don't even own a Ouija board.
Unfold the box. It becomes a Ouija board.
I kind of want to fuck with one.
No,
But I
count me
know
out, bro.
I'm
No, here it is.
too
Count me
much
the
of a
fuck
bad
out.
luck dude.
Here it is. Put your Ouija board down and put your controller down, and we will move it to the. What letter did you get? And you have to input your letter, and that's
Yeah.
how the game goes. See,
You should trademark
I'm in the wrong
this. You should
business.
patent this right now.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
pretty
somebody's
smart.
It could
done
be
this
a
already.
board game. Board games are huge nowadays.
They are.
Like they're fucking huge. Like expensive too. Like fucking $200 Kickstarter board games. They're all funded.
Cones of Dunshire.
Who?
Cones of Dunshire was a game that they had made up for a show called Parks and Rec. Real
Oh,
similar
okay.
to The Office, Bobby, the American version.
Oh, that really long, pretty good show.
Yeah. Really long, pretty good show. Well, this is a similar, and in the show, one of the characters ends up quitting his job and spends like 4 months developing this super complicated tabletop game involving all these cones. Well, somebody actually made it. They did a Kickstarter and it got funded. So
Oh, I do
Cones
remember
of
hearing something
Dunshire
about that.
is what it's called.
Is Parks? Is it shot like in the mockumentary style? Like
it's literally the exact same.
I should check that out.
It is. It's good stuff.
How many seasons is that? 34, 35?
I want to say 5 or 6.
Okay, yeah, I should check that out. Is it on
for the
any?
record.
Or is it on Peacock?
It's
Everything's
on
on Peacock.
It's
these
on
days.
the Peacock.
Yeah,
the-
see? See?
Really?
Yeah.
I see that shit on my PlayStation app because it has all of it. I'm
Right.
like, who the fuck uses Peacock?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a thing.
apparently someone does.
It's a thing.
Is it good?
I don't know. So the thing is
I have
like
Peacock.
they took they took you see it.
Do you see my Peacock?
You see it. That's when he puts his feathers up. It's like they have Friends on there. I think they have fucking
Okay.
The Office on there, and for like years, like that was like Netflix made it. Like that was like their bread and butter, and so like they took like a huge L when they pulled that shit
But you
off
know what?
of Netflix.
That shit is on Comedy Central, like literally like 4 days a week. That's
Reruns.
I can just turn on, and I check Comedy Central.
Right.
Oh, it's South Park today. I
I
can't,
love that shit.
I just can't sit and watch it like with the kids in the room.
Oh yeah.
But if it's just like background noise, The Office always.
yeah, The Office is great.
Wait, I mean that's the
Oh,
problem.
and the American one's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why it was good that Netflix was been starting to not starting. They've been making their own content because like when all these new
Bobby
like,
loves,
fucking,
Bobby
like,
loves
the
all of it.
Disney
Yeah.
got pulled.
I
Fucking
just
you
feel
know
like
Marvel got pulled, and then
They have a shotgun effect, like approach, I should say.
I think isn't it? I feel like that's just what like pilot seasons were back in the day when this brought
Yeah, but I
network
think
television. You have like 5 new shows a season, and then one gets picked up.
So like I feel like when I go to Netflix, and it brings up like shit you might be interested in. I'm like rarely ever interested in it.
It's because you're not the only one using it, probably.
No, I'm the only one using mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like that, the kids have their own like profile because they can't wait to put a fucking avatar, and you know what I mean.
Absolutely. It's thrilling.
Yeah, they love it. So But like it's all this, and it's all like almost 90% Netflix original content, which I have no interest in. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just self-promotion on their side, which I understand, but I don't feel like it's catered to me in the same way. Like it's not catered to my approach. I wish they would bring back the star system.
Yes, I do.
So that they could fucking tell me, you know, I could start curating
it's
my
basically
stream.
impossible to do that.
I like that much better than the stupid fucking thumbs up and thumbs down system.
Yeah, it's
Thanks, trolls.
yeah, that's true. I mean that is true.
First time I heard about that was, I guess, the Amy Schumer.
That was the big one.
Is it really though? Because trolls can still all go and thumbs down something. It's the same fucking thing. Like the stars work because the stars. I don't care what the fucking stars rating is for the like headquarters or whatever, but because we each have our individual star system back in the day, right? Whenever you start,
we all live in the same star system.
Some of us. But like it is so like Netflix algorithm knows what you like.
Yeah, but it does. But I feel like if they could just control it to just like, you know, like I don't know how they were putting so many fucking scores in under one account. You know what I mean? Or creating these faux accounts or whatever. Like if they could just control that somehow. You know, but they don't really.
I think it might have been people were setting up, you know, trial accounts and then
right.
I don't know if you can
leave. That's a lot of effort.
So the way to cure that is you can't with the trial account.
You can't leave.
Yeah,
money.
Yeah, maybe you can't leave. You can't leave a review. You've been a member for X amount of months.
Yeah, I mean you can do that on like Discord
if they want to do that.
Because we had trolls one time. Like it was like just pictures and pictures of like dicks and gaping buttholes. Like we got flooded with the bots.
Finally,
I was excited about it, but people weren't. People were
in general
upset.
People don't like those things.
Yeah, so like you just set up a timer. You can on Discord. So when someone joins your Discord, you put a timer on it so they can't talk for like 15 minutes. Usually trolls don't have that much patience.
Yeah.
So that's all that Netflix needed to do. If that was
it was a knee jerk reaction that's led to. I mean, not a great. In no way to really curate your shit.
Yep.
Other than this is kind of like what you just watched, or watch this again. I love that one.
I hate.
You want to watch this again? You just watched it last night.
I have never watched ever in the history of ever watched any of those like don't eat sugar, don't eat meat, don't eat carbs documentaries.
I've watched a couple,
which is fine. Yeah. I've never watched one. They are constantly being suggested to me
because
as if
documentaries.
Now I'm going to start. Yeah, but like they're not suggesting the other documentaries to me that I actually am watching genre-wise. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's all behind-the-scenes deals. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
For them to push certain shows.
Are you familiar with the codes that you can enter in Netflix?
Yes, you told me about it, but I need like the cheat sheet.
I'll try to send you the link.
I'm going to laminate it and put it next to my television.
Laminate, put it on the back of the remote. You remember like in a... Honey, you seen the TV guide? It's on the back of the remote.
I'll tell you.
That's fucking crazy.
I like
TV
you know,
guide.
I remember using TV guides.
Oh my god! I never used the little book.
I used the little TV guide.
See, I never used that. I never used that, but I did use the one that came with the newspaper. That was like a full.
That's normally what we.
It was like a full 8.5 by 11, like book. Yes, I did use that one. What was like? What were we just talking about? TV guide before TV guide.
Oh shit! Where were we, Joe?
Algorithms.
Yeah.
Eliminating the list.
Oh yeah, remote controls. So you know I'm an Apple fan, right? Like I don't think they're the same company now that they were when Steve Jobs was alive. I think that they have taken a nosedive since he has passed. They've become a money hungry
Bonita Applebum.
yes. They become a money hungry like build to replace type of company where
like most corporates tend to do.
Where they used to be a build to last, make a big purchase that's going to hold you for 10 years, and now they're like, whatever.
Well, there's no point when you can just make people buy big purchases all the time.
Right. That being said, but it has something to do with the reputation too. Like that's what Steve Jobs cared about. Like the brand was important.
Yeah. I think it's like so far in like you already have established the brand.
Yes.
So like he doesn't care if it's shitty now.
I do wonder what it would have been like though had he had like almost like named a successor or had really mentored someone to like take his spot, because his vision is like I'm in the game with that shit.
I'm only personality though.
Maybe.
I don't think he mentored that into somebody.
I mean, he mentored Tim. What's the guy that's in charge now?
Tim Allen.
Tim Cook, right?
Tim Burton.
I think it's Tim Cook.
Tim Burton.
I'm gonna only offer black phones. And they're going to have these flanges for no reason. Flanges, say it with me.
But I say that to say this. The Apple TV is fucking awesome. The remote is fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. It's like the size of my vape and lighter and thinner and is just... And it's just...
I cut you.
You remember?
Yeah.
And it's like... When you bring it out of the box, it becomes sentient, and it goes, lose me, lose me, lose me. I'm ready to be lost, And it's like I spend more time trying to find that clicker and shit on Netflix than anything
you're
else.
getting old when you call it a clicker.
Yeah.
So you need those caddies with like the 35 remotes back in the day.
My grandma.
Where's the remote for every fucking thing?
My grandma had one the size of a graphic novel, and it was basic as fuck. Like it had like on.
Oh, those huge ones they had for people.
Yeah, you get it like Brookstones or something.
Yep, Brookstone. Yeah.
And it just had like
came from the Sharper Image catalog.
Yes, like the numbered buttons, and then volume up, volume down, channel up, and channel down, and that was it. And I'm telling you, that bitch, you could have landed a plane with that bitch.
We have right now. We use Roku, who has done a similar strategy of making very small remotes. And then recently they released their new version, and they're about half the thickness, Bobby. They went from double A's to triple A's. And it's constantly a struggle to find it.
Yeah, dude.
It's like falls in the couch. It's like my couch loves eating that thing.
I wish I could sing, like your watch, like people. I don't have Apple Watch, but people that have, like my wife has one, and my wife loses her phone all the time because my wife is the anti this generation in many ways, like by accident. But she's also like with the shits. Like she's down to like upgrade the technology plan and all this, but like she's never on her phone. Like if you see her on her phone, it's like, whoa, what are you looking at? Because it's probably something super fascinating. You know what I mean?
My wife's the same way.
So like when she hits, she's always like, I have no idea where my phone is, and she like hits just to hit her watch, and then it'll go like, her phone.
I just call mine from another phone. Like almost.
Well, yeah, but you oh my god, dude.
Oh, flex on them hoes.
But like, I need one of those for the remote. For the Apple TV remote, like just to be able to find it, like it's funny.
They should be like an app on your phone that links them together.
Yeah.
So at least
it'd be too smart though.
Now you can do it from your phone, like your phone is the remote also.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. In a pinch, I can pull it up. Actually, I can control anybody else's Roku if I wanted to do.
And you know how like Apple's very minimalistic, right? Like they were the first phone to have just one button, and then they went to no buttons, and you know what I mean, like. So
everybody followed suit.
Yeah.
Hey, look, this is the brand new Samsung. No headphone ports.
Yep.
Thanks, Apple, for starting that.
Which is
my Pixel.
Which is slick and sleek and blah 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 blah. But I want when something was supposed to be 100% functionality, I want the utility of it.
Right.
Give me all the buttons. Give me, sometimes I go overboard. Like I have a Samsung TV upstairs, and the remote it looks like this. It looks like this.
Encyclopedia of buttons.
Yeah. I'm like, this button is just a green triangle,
so
facing upward.
I will tell you,
I have no idea what it does.
On the other spectrum of that,
the CIA start listening as soon as you press it.
We have Xfinity, and there's a button in the middle. It's a microphone, and it'll do.
Oh yeah, you can say.
I mean, pause, rewind, stop, watch The Office. I say a lot, Bobby.
The American Office specifically.
Yeah, and even like we watch a lot of. I guess we all do watch YouTube on the Roku on the TV, and you can go to like the YouTube search. Which I mean, it's a pain in the ass to have to do that with your phone, but you can say watch. Memes about The Office, Bobby, for example, and it'll pull up YouTube about whatever you want instead of having to type it. Which is some of it. It's like, okay, this is great, but make this part better.
Yeah. Like, I mean, eventually you won't need the remote. You just talk to the TV, like,
or I'll do my fingers. I'll snap my fingers twice, and this thing appears out of nowhere. That's
AR,
like a ghost kitchen. Yeah,
that will be a thing. AR will be a thing.
And I had the AirPlay shit, which is kind of cool. Like where it's like if I'm controlling it. Like if I'm playing music and it'll be playing on the speaker in the living room, but then as I walk upstairs, the speaker will flip to the speaker upstairs, and then you know what I mean. Like that's just cool.
Yeah. With the when your whole house is integrated.
Yeah. Is that it for you, Joe? For Nervy?
Oh yeah, I played D&D all day Friday and Thursday night. Fucking great. And draw D&D. That's all I'm doing.
Dicks and demons.
Dicks and demons. That sounds like a good time. Maybe not for me, but it sounds like it could be a good time for somebody. But yeah, Chris, you should get 7 first. Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
Because 7 and 8 like are directly linked together. Like,
okay.
One story. You'll be like, you can play 8 by itself, but you'll be missing out some context if you don't play 7 first.
I heard that 8's going to be the last one. They're not going to do a 9 because 7 ain't 9. Thanks for the layup, Joe. I will take that suggestion. There's a lot of people recommended the Red Dead Redemption game.
I don't like westerns. I know it's a good game. It's a good game, but I just don't like the aesthetic.
It's well regarded.
Yeah.
I'll start by talking about video games. I'm still playing Cyberpunk.
Hell yeah.
That's
your
cool,
money's
though.
worth, bro.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm about that life.
I'm literally just going on the map. I'm like, all right, what's the next thing I can do?
It's awesome.
And it's funny how I've evolved. So I've got this weapon set that I keep on. I figured out how to do the crafting shit where you upgrade your weapons instead of trying to find the newest, latest thing. I've got a bunch of old guns that I've powered up. I've got a sniper rifle that I think it's like 1,500 damage each shot. So I'm wailing at some people, blowing heads off, that kind of
really
stuff.
far away.
But I've also, part of this game is you can do cyber hacking and shit. So you've got a portfolio of different hacks you can do to people. And I at this point, instead of like, and look, I'm sure there's plenty of people who just run up in these games and blow everybody, away. I use the sniper rifle and try to find like the highest point far away I can fuck them up. Well, now I figured out I can do that with cyber hacks. My favorite one is one called Contagion, where I hit you with it and then it goes to you and then it goes back to you and you go and it really kills people quick.
Without
even having to shoot, yes.
So you like the stealth? Yeah, that's the problem with me in like I love stealth games. Like you can stealth, like you just run in with your gun. I'm like, okay, I'll just go and run in my gun now.
Yeah, and sometimes a mission is stealth is optional. You probably get
right.
paid
It's
more.
usually yeah.
But and the thing it's almost
I'm laughing just because I recently watched it, like popped up on my feed, and it was these like dudes are playing Call of Duty, and like every now and then I can watch those guys that are like really good at it, and like these guys, they were waiting at the top floor, and these guys were coming up the elevator. And it was one dude coming up the elevator like with a grappling hook, and it, they had the mics all set up and shit. And he's like, dude, let's just put the guns away and fuck him up when he gets up here. So you just see this like whole squad of guys, and they all just put their guns away, and then they're like this, and then this dude gets on the elevator with like a machine gun. They just fuck his ass up. Like,
that's awesome. That is great. I want to try one of those kind of games, like the online shooting games, because I've historically not been able to play it because of the
motion
motion
sickness. Play with friends.
So.
It'll be more fun.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be like 12-year-olds.
Although it does
calling
seem
you the N-word.
Yeah, it does seem like all my friends are on that play online like that are on Microsoft, and I don't think they cross platform.
Not
Sony. Not on all
on a computer.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm not on a computer. So.
Consoles only.
So
PC Master Race, bro.
Politically correct Master Race.
So I had to do this by myself, which was always humbling. But I went and saw Fast 9 by myself.
Oh, I have no doubt, dude. The memes are out of control.
Oh,
you didn't go with family?
No, my
Come on.
My family put their
You even
foot
had
down.
extra family here.
Well, yeah.
Bro. It's all about family.
For shame.
So I went. I believe I ended up going.
What would Dom say?
What night was it? I don't remember when. I went one night. So I went to that new theater
In
in
Frederick.
Frederick.
How was it?
Warehouse. It's great. I don't know that I'll ever go back to the
it
other.
Regal?
Yeah. So it was. You guys may be able to help me here. Was there a theater there in that mall at one point in time?
Yeah.
Okay. Many years ago.
Yeah.
And what did it become? Nothing.
It became closed.
Yeah, it became a graveyard.
So they play a video before they, how theaters are like, welcome to our theater.
Yes.
And they tell, like, it's a story. It's a girl walks in the abandoned mall and is walking through, which I'm assuming was the old theater. I mean, the way that she was walking through everything. And now it's all, modernized. The seats are great. It's those recliners, but it's got, like, did you guys ever have those school desks where it wasn't actually a whole desk? It was just like enough to rest your arm.
Yeah.
It folds over your shoulder.
It's kind of got one of those on every seat. I'm like, that's fucking great. So you can see all your popcorn, your candy, and all that.
Let me tell you what my concern is with going to a theater like that. I'm going to fall asleep.
I mean, that's on you, though.
Yeah, that's not the theater's fault.
Can you give me an uncomfortable chair
that's
that
why
I have to fidget with?
That's why it's my concern.
I know. But the seats do lean back.
Mall closed though.
Oh well, it's not even. It's detached from it. Even. You can't even get
it's
to
not
the mall
okay.
now,
I didn't because I thought it was like a theater attached to the mall.
It was.
Right. Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
But now they've made boxed it out, and I think they're going to try to do different things. With
Okay, so you don't walk through the mall.
No, I mean, well, there's a run that you walk through that used to be the mall that's open, but they've got it all painted, like they have, and they've torn all the tile up from the floor and everything. But it was in that Dolby Atmos surround sound, where like bullets and it was really cool. There was like 6 of us in the theater. Heated and cooled seats also. Tickets are like I think it was $15.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all for all that. Like this is like a normal ticket.
Yeah, and it's you buy your. I'm sitting in this seat. That's my seat.
Yeah, I loved it.
I love assigned seats. I don't know what that was growing up. That was the normal. Like in Asia land, like assigned seats was in every theater. That was just a normal thing. When I came to America, I was like, this stuff just a fucking free for all.
Yeah,
because like the seating were not.
First word of that stands. Free.
That's right. We have the freedom to argue over who's sitting where.
Yeah. You can sit wherever you want, man. First come, first serve.
I mean, it's really...
Go and put a jacket down on 4 seats. I remember that shit when we had 15 people rolling into a theater?
Dude, I've locked down rows. Like,
yeah. But like, but that also give the theater being in Hong Kong anyway. There's different pricing. Like you pick the seat, but like the better seats are more expensive.
I could imagine that. Yeah, like the front row looking straight up shouldn't be as much as the prime plump.
That's how Adam and I watched Aquaman.
In the front row.
Yep.
That's how I watched Captain America.
He was really talking to us when he said permission to come aboard.
He definitely was. He definitely was. Now this is this theater never got upgraded to stadium seating.
Yeah.
So it's the old flat, which
I
think I prefer it.
Oh yeah.
I think I prefer it. It makes everything seem so grander because the screen's bigger.
Right.
I don't know. I'm definitely happy with that theater and glad we have another option.
While we're on the topic, we're gonna get Black Widow on Friday. If you guys want to come through, you're welcome to. No pressure.
Oh, okay.
If you're after Laura gets home from work, we're gonna.
What time?
We're gonna get pizza and 6-ish.
Okay.
5:30.
I'll have to see what's up. I don't know what's up.
Just let me know.
I got to hit off workout on Friday.
I got to hit Dante up too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
sitting because like when I'm sitting behind a dude like you, I can't see shit.
Oh, exactly. No, and I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
yeah.
But
you're the tall one, so you're fine. You're
if he's
fine.
reclined though.
But yeah. Well,
was his big old head right here?
Yeah.
Well, dude, there's so much room. Like. It isn't an airplane. I promise.
You just start giving them. Like, dude, you look tense.
They've got them spaced out so far. You're nowhere near anybody.
Yeah.
So you're not like $15. I could go to Regal for $14.
I mean, yeah, you could if you need that stadium seating that bad.
No, I would
great.
like to try this theater, but like
Okay.
we're talking about earlier with a unreasonable wanting to be frugal.
Yeah.
But
there's no ice cream place in front of there either.
That's true.
That ice cream place is a shit.
It is nice.
Sorry, Joe. They actually have food there though. Like they have
their food. Their proper food is probably.
One of those.
Have a very
that's real fancy.
They have a very grilled cheese heavy menu. I'm serious. Like they have a whole
what
section
else are you
of
gonna fucking make?
different grilled
steak?
cheeses.
They're gonna give you fucking a filet mignon.
They stole their whole swag from the fucking bowling alley.
Yeah, and they have.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Last week I talked about Sony, and I was like, his YouTube channel. I can't remember. It's like TF Man or it's TM Reviews. He just hit me up just now. It's TM Reviews, and I knew it was something like that.
Familiar. Yeah.
I just,
it's T-Man. That's who,
no,
this
it's not
isn't
him.
T-Man.
No, that's another guy.
Another Baltimore guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, T-Man.
Baltimore
It's not
loves
you.
Transformers.
Yeah, I don't know him like that. I don't know him like that. But I like Sony. I know. Like I speak to regular. Sony's a good dude.
Got you.
So how was the movie?
Well, hang on. I'm not done with the theater. So the theater has.
Love this theater. This man loves the
Well,
theater.
I'm just going to lay it out for you. They have a full bar.
You get a T-shirt?
I did not. No, they did have them for sale.
Full bar.
They had a full bar, and they have like 40.
Who's even watching the movie in a recliner and a fucking steak dinner and a fucking open bar?
And I'm getting fucked up.
I mean, it's a thing. Like the Alamo Steakhouse, that's literally what the deal is. And that was a big thing years ago, dinner theater, where you'd go have a meal and watch your movie.
I went to some of those once.
I've never gone to one, but
I would not be able to pay attention to the movie. Is the problem. I would enjoy the experience, but like I would have to watch the movie again.
I mean, I will say our favorite theater back home.
Where you're from?
Yeah, in Alabama.
Arkansas.
Kentucky. Georgia?
Pennsylvania. You learn about
Oklahoma, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Yes.
Well, that's a bit far.
We had
Missouri.
This is our first experience with pick your seat seating. And they had it was pretty much a normal kind of theater, but upstairs they had, I don't remember what they called it. It was 21 and plus because there was a bar. And it was a nice recliner seats. I don't think they were recliners, but they were like big kind of armchair seats, leather. And I think it was not quite double to sit up there. And they had a full bar you could drink and you could order food. They had like really good sushi and just kind of bar food stuff. But I will tell you something more annoying than somebody rattling their popcorn is somebody trying to open one of those clear plastic trays. And I found something like worse than drunk teenagers sitting behind you kicking your seat. Drunk 40-year-old women behind you kicking your seat because they're out for a girls' night at the movie.
Yeah, guess what? So if you do that, so first of all, that's why I always sit in the back row.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you kick my seat, and I'm good. First of all, I'm going to tell you to stop. If you continue to kick my seat, I'm 100% going behind you and I'm kicking the shit out of your seat for the rest of the fucking movie. Just boom, 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 or we're gonna fight. I can beat.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Like
you beat a 40-year-old lady.
Yeah, I can beat a 40-year-old lady for sure, man.
And drunk teenagers.
So the movie. Listen, this was just the fucking Avengers with the Fast and Furious crew.
The Avengers with the cars.
They take a car to space.
Dude, Elon Musk did that.
Hold on. I think I called that.
You did. He probably said that shit.
This gets better. A rapper and an R&B singer take a car to space.
Luda
and Tyrese.
Oh, God, Tyrese.
Hang on. But the car is a Pontiac Fiero. If you know what a Pontiac Fiero is.
No,
I do not.
The only Pontiac I know is a 5.
How do you not know a Pontiac Fiero?
Pontiac doesn't exist anymore, bro.
Right. Where you lived through this time. A Pontiac Fiero was their rear engine, little bitty car. It kind of looks like a...
I only know the T-tops.
Like a... Hey, that's it right there. A Pontiac Fiero.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Looks like an old Eclipse.
Well, kind of. It was actually before that. Anyways, they take it to space.
Because...
It's got to blow up a satellite.
You know the vibes.
So,
dude, this is like an amazing movie.
I am super invested in this franchise at this point.
You love it.
I mean, you've been super invested.
I know nothing has changed, so I'm willing to just go with everything here. I mean, even
how do you go from the first movie to Pontiac Fiero in space?
So
because they have a whiteboard, and on the whiteboard is a list of every environment, every weapon, and every vehicle. And as they move through the movies, they just scratch them off the list until you're left with space, satellites, and fucking Pontiacs.
Well, you can go from here. Like, the escalation is...
Well, there's one more, supposedly, after this.
Dimension hopping. That would be the next thing. They'll show up in the Marvel Universe.
And instead of it's X. Fast X Furious.
Oh, dude.
You called it
a space thing.
I think you just named it. It's got some emotional chords in there.
For sure.
Well, no, I'm...
Family.
Right. So the funny thing about this is in the lore, Paul Walker's character is still
All right, we're not
alive.
calling it the lore. This is called the story.
No, it's listen.
9 movies.
Have
Steve,
you read the fan fiction on Tumblr, Bobby? Because I know I have. I have nobody to talk to, like Gary Allen. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody. I don't have anybody I know that. If anybody wants to just talk shop about the FF universe, just hit me up,
dude. New pod.
I hope.
Dude, that's enough content for that.
But
call it Facts and the Furious.
The Facts. We're getting set up here for it. So, yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
So they didn't kill off his character yet? He'd then been dead like years ago.
He left because of
family.
Yeah, but his wife is in the movie this time, and at the very end, they're like, "There's one more seat." Is he coming? And you see his car pull up and like hear the turbos whining, and that's how they end the movie. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. They're keeping the guy's memory alive. So,
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, yeah.
I can't wait till what they do with 10.
Yeah.
Well, The Rock, and I think
it's in a black hole.
I think everybody that's still alive in that
drifting.
franchise.
They're creating the black hole by drifting.
They are.
Yes.
Everybody that's been in that franchise in any sort of starring role that's still alive, quote unquote, was either in the movie or in a flashback. Now, I want to talk about the flashbacks they did. I'm so used to seeing flashbacks with them just de-aging people. Mm-hmm. They did a flashback to... you guys don't know the lore, so I won't get into it. But literally, what kind of started the whole thing? Something
lore.
that happened like 40 years ago, I guess, at this point. But they have, obviously, that's, Dom when he was a kid, and that's this other character when he was a kid. And I don't know, it took me a minute to like process that. Okay.
It was different actors.
Yeah, because the first time you
younger.
hear Vin Diesel's character talk, it sounds just like he does now. That
Right.
like Groot.
Yeah.
Like, fucking.
But it was.
Isn't there a spin-off movie too with The Rock?
So the
Does
Rock.
that count in the part of the 9, or is it a whole?
No,
other?
that's another movie.
So that makes it 10 movies deep now.
It's called Slow and Tumbling.
Yeah. So the Rock was the main person that wasn't in it in any capacity at all, which I figured they'd
Yeah, that's weird.
horseshoot him in.
Yeah,
like
that
at the
seems
last
strange.
minute.
Oh, because the beef between him and Tyrese probably.
I don't know.
Is
but,
there beef between him and Tyrese?
Yeah,
But so
snap that guy in half,
so
then.
they're kind of becoming
it's
self.
like business beef though.
It's business beef. It's like, how you going to do a solo movie with my franchise and not let me eat? Because what did he say then classically that my baby, what was that?
Hold on one
just
second.
want
Let's
my
just,
I just want my
I'm not
baby.
doing anything
Oh,
illegal,
here we
but
go.
I ain't doing anything illegal either. I just came to make some trash.
Too much. I just want my baby. 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 I just want my I just want my baby.
So the great thing about
baby.
it,
The best part. The best part.
I just want my baby. What more do you want from me? What more do you want from me?
I think maybe some Rico Suave coffee.
so I knew Bobby and I did not discuss this, but I knew I had to work this in. I knew it was coming. So Tyrese, of all people in this movie, has basically become self-aware of the impossibility of their actions. He says something along the lines of, how are we not, it's just him and Ludacris talking, how are we not dead? Think about all the crazy shit we've done. Not a scratch. And then they have some harrowing thing happen, and he's like, see? Not a scratch.
Right.
So it's like they've become self-aware of the ridiculousness. I don't know. It was a hell of a fun romp.
Sounds like it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I watch any of the movies,
I'll be honest with you. It sounds out of this world.
It does. it was definitely out of this world. Well, like,
is the Asian guy still in it?
so the Asian guy is back.
Wasn't he dead? Didn't
We
he die?
thought he was dead, but I'll tell you, I was really worried. Like, how are they going to explain how? And they did a great job explaining it. It makes,
I mean, they went to space with a car, so
well,
you
it
know.
makes
Small
sense.
potatoes. At this point.
It makes sense without having anyone teleporting or anything. And then John Cena is actually Toretto's brother, which we've never talked about before. But the whole backstory thing explains it to a T, to the point where I'm happier with the way they're telling this story than a lot of this comic book movie bullshit where they're like, there's this person, where the fuck you been all your life?
The less plot holes in this movie,
Yeah.
fucking more congruent than the Transformers movies.
But
definitely. Yeah, I'm sure.
Definitely, because we've got family. Definitely. So I had an interesting weekend. My brother-in-law Lane came up to visit and got booked on a wrestling show in New Jersey over 4th of July weekend, but all good. So
Freedom.
He came up. Let's see, it would have been Friday night.
Did it cost money to attend it?
Not for me. It would have it for a normal person.
Because freedom isn't free.
That's right. So, we go to pick him up there. I mean, Kelly and I actually took the opportunity to go to Baltimore, and we ate at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, dude,
At
you get cheesecake that's so good.
I did, at the casino.
Which one do you get?
So, I got the salted caramel because they were out of the tuxedo one I wanted.
They're all good. It's hard to pick.
That menu's crazy, though. It really is.
No, it's like a Bible.
I've
You
been
can
to-
pick
it's
anything.
25 pages.
You can probably just name something and the way to get it for you.
Yeah.
I've been when there was only one downtown in Baltimore. That was the
Columbia.
one. Yeah, no, now there's one in Columbia, but it used to be the one was downtown in order to go to, and I went to that one. And I was kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
It's not about the food.
Right.
I mean, the
Right.
cheesecake's amazing. So,
Right.
so we got sad and we ate pretty quick. We actually goofed off in the casino for a while, which I hadn't done that in a long time, and played some slot.
How'd you fare?
I put a 20 in, came back with 7. My wife put a 20 in, came back with 42.
Oh, so you're up.
She sat down
Overall.
right after this lady, and the seat was super warm. And I'm gonna be honest with you, on a lot
I
of
don't like
these,
sitting in somebody's warm seat. Can I put that out there?
No,
What
dude,
about-
especially toilet
what about
seats.
toilet? Damn it, toilet. Yeah,
It's very biological.
a toilet, right? Toilet's even worse. She sat down, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea how these slot machine games work. because there's so much going on. And
Put a coin in and then you pull the.
okay.
Oh, you can press a button. You just press a button.
But it's
now.
not that easy anymore because it's like how many lines is so those penny slots you have to add.
Oh, you mean like how it wins and shit? Like,
there's all this
just-
shit
just trust the
happening.
machine.
That's what we
Just
did.
look at the flashing lights, bro.
It's like I think I need
trust the machine.
It was some sort of like Egyptian theme, so I'm like,
like Arundel Mills.
yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, just like Arundel Mills at the because that's where we were right there. So went to pick him up in the airport, and I've probably been to BWI 50 times in my life. It took us from like where you get off the ramp to go to the airport to get to the airport probably took us 25 minutes. The traffic was so bad. Because it's a triple merge down to one, and then another triple merge down to one, and then those have to zipper. And I guess everybody was coming in. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man, that's what I really miss out about COVID was like no traffic.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like that's,
so he and I went.
People are definitely back outside.
Oh, they're definitely. It's yeah.
they're looking for excuse to go outside.
Yeah.
Can't wait to fucking go outside.
Well, this wrestling show's outside. We didn't know that till we got there. So it was a 2-night event. Lane was only scheduled to work the Sunday show, but we went Saturday just to watch. This is ICW No Holds Barred is what the name of the promotion is. Okay. The first night, there's no wrestling ring. They have a MMA style cage with the mats on the ground, and these guys are just doing they're wrestling and they're doing light tubes and all the death match stuff in this cage.
Is it like shards of shit ever flies out into the crowd?
Yep. Yep.
Good times.
So we didn't watch all that show. We left.
It's like Gallagher, with the watermelon. You got to put a little sheet on to make sure you don't get hit.
Yeah.
Don't speed on me, Joe.
Oh boy.
So the next day is and this show, although it was outside, and apparently they have a building that they call it the Bloodshed. Mm-hmm. Get it, the Bloodshed.
Yeah, double entendre there.
And this is at a winery, mind you.
Oh, dude, I'm
fancy.
I'm in.
They don't use ropes. They put chains up. It's this whole getting the chains gimmick they do. But my brother-in-law had a great match. They gave him the "Please come back" chant. The internet was all abuzz about it. They did a spot with a watermelon where Lane gave the other guy a pile driver onto the watermelon.
Nice.
Good times.
And they were a bloody mess. I think I sent you guys a picture there. But it was a good experience for him and good exposure for him. And I had a blast at the show. I thought it was a lot of fun being around that environment again. But it was probably the most outlaw Alabama shit I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
But it was in New Jersey.
You think it's the same crowd that goes to Fast and Furious 9?
There was probably some crossover. I didn't get a chance to have any of those conversations.
I was going to say you missed out on that Venn diagram.
Those Venn diagrams.
That shit look like the moon after the full moon on the left and right.
Yeah. We did in the hotel because we milked the checkout time, but we watched Fast 1 and most of Fast.
Oh, you just have a
Too Fast, Too Furious. That was on HBO that morning because the TV got like 15 channels, which is disappointing.
Yeah.
Only 15.
Only 15.
I had 4 growing up.
So yeah, that was fun. It was fun hanging out with him. I actually had to take him to the airport at his flight was at 6:15 this morning. So the reason I was late is because I came back home and said I'm just gonna lay down for a few minutes, and then it was like, oh shit, it's like 8:45.
Yeah. All good.
Which I never do.
It gave us a chance to make the coffee.
That's right. True. That's right. It gave us plenty of time. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question here. We closed our CrashboxCustoms.com website. We didn't close it. We shut it down. Stopped taking orders.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Take a break. And did a ton of business over the last couple of days because of that. Because
really?
People, and that we have to do that because people, if it's available, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yes.
Right.
So
right.
there's a conversation in there about
urgency,
urgency, and
yeah.
waiting to the last minute.
Yep.
And like, there's 3 items we're going to stop making at least for the moment, and those are the 3 items we sold the most of. So.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to market, and especially like so. Here's the thing about it: like I feel like sometimes I want to put like time exclusivity on some things, but then I always feel guilty when I bring it back. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you just have to wait long enough time.
Yeah, or change it.
What do you think is the appropriate?
Oh yeah, change the color by like a shade.
Time frame.
Yeah, just reprint.
Like at least a year or 2.
I mean, I'm not saying that we're never going to produce this stuff again. It's just
Not for foreseeable future.
Right, not immediately now. We might do like, hey, we made 40 of these or 10 of these. They're up on the website right now if you want to just
Yeah.
Can you talk at all about that thing that you've been working on?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I was going to mention that
That's pretty impressive stuff.
Thank you. It is. Yeah, looking at the photos, I'm like, golly, that's good shit.
Looks real.
I don't normally say that about my stuff, but that's good shit.
Nope.
A ton of engineering in that because it all breaks down. And if nothing else is taken from that, it's given me the opportunity to learn how to engineer some things that will be very beneficial in the future.
That's usually what like prototype, like concept cars and shit. Like you're never gonna get the concept car, but when they build a concept car, they learn from it and they put it in the next mass-produced model.
You could force perspective reality into that, and it would be seamless.
Right. Yeah, I was impressed. Obviously that's my plan when I'm trying to do something like that. And my plan is to sell some version of that to the retail customer. But this is obviously something I can't right this second speak about. But I'm pretty happy. There's a couple more elements we're working on this week to finish up for it. Yeah.
And also, your drawing that you've been working on is good as well.
You.
Like
I'm finally putting clothes on this naked chick.
Good movement, good pose.
Yeah,
good
I like
anatomy. My beef with it though is that you draw her naked and then you put clothes on it, but you didn't do any toes. You full of shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I did not draw toes. I did not draw. No, yeah, it's her naked that her legs just merge into shoes.
She just got weird feet. Oh, gross! Can you imagine,
dude? My hero, Rob Liefeld.
And I guess the last thing is I watched Loki on Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh yeah, that's still a thing.
I watched that.
Bad Batch still a thing too.
I'm watched that too.
I don't know if Bad Batch is, but I will say Loki took some turns that I was not expecting, and if I was kind of waning on it, I think I'm back on board to see where it's going.
What turn or twist was it that got you?
It's been many moons since I watched it, Bobby. I'm trying to remember. I remember feeling excited about it while I was watching it, but I'm gonna be honest this second.
Yeah,
tell me your thoughts, and maybe it'll turn.
I
my
don't
brain
give a
back
shit.
On. Okay.
I don't give a shit. I want to give a shit. I gave a shit about the first episode. But I don't give a shit. The main like twist of this was that everybody that's working for the time cops, the
TVA guys,
the TVA that are working for the timekeepers,
the ones with numbers. Oh, and all that's bullshit. That's what we found out.
Right, the timekeepers are bullshit. Well, at least which I think one of us called. It may have been you that's called it like the Wizard. It was going to be like a Wizard of Oz situation.
It was literally a wizard. Like we were watching because I was like, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
and got the gimmick. Or puppets, or however you say puppet. Which
Puppet of Oz. I'm a puppet. But like,
I'm a puppet.
I'm a puppet, dude. It's still so good. Have you ever seen it? It's called Thumb Wars, and it's like
years ago. Yeah.
And when
it was on VHS.
Yeah, I think I had it on VHS.
And when they get to Yoda, it's like he's just sitting there like and like the Luke Thumb asks him like a question, and he just goes, "I'm a puppet."
Oh, I've seen it in so long.
Anyway, I got that's super distracting.
So the wizards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that all of the time cops were variants.
Yes,
that they basically kidnapped to be the time cops. But yeah, I just I need it to make me care. I'm sure there's going to be some major twist at the end. But like right now, it's just like that's my beef with a lot of these series. I just feel like we're doing 8 hours of storytelling that could be done in 45 minutes to fucking, and it could be a good movie. But as a result, like I don't know, man.
Mediocre series instead.
Yeah, dude, and like I just feel like it's so hard to watch a show that can really grab you by the nuts for fucking multiple seasons. But let alone multiple seasons, but even one season.
Sure, like the British Office.
Like the British Office, like such a masterpiece, just in and out. Do you know what I mean? Like my Friday night, just
right.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just think I'm bored with it. I find it boring, and then Bad Batch, it's even worse.
You should give fucking Castlevania a try, bro.
I did.
I know, like a second try.
Now
that it's kind of over.
Yeah.
It's current. It's over. They're gonna have more, but it's gonna be a different generation.
Bad Batch is fucking awful. It's
getting worse.
It's just like it's awful because it's not bad. Does that make sense? Like, it's so...
You wish it was real bad?
Yeah, it's like... All right. So a good faucet, when you turn it on, water comes out fully, and you turn it off, water shuts off. If you have a busted pipe, water's fucking spraying. It's fucking fucked up, right? But you got to fix it immediately because it's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So you shut the water off somewhere. You got to fix it.
Yep.
This is just a constant drip.
Oh.
Fucking weeks. It's
Great analogy.
It's causing damage. It's causing damage you can't really see. But it still keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
That and I actually took off a couple days. I only have
love to hear it.
Only one phone with me today.
Love to hear it.
Tomorrow and I think I may take off Thursday. Just trying to get stuff wrapped up on that project. And Mason's at Ocean City with his in-laws. His girlfriend and her family for 7 days.
Lame.
Warming up grandma's oatmeal.
I guess they said I did see there's some sort of fireworks mishap at Ocean City this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I sent him in that article. He's like, yeah, her parents were pissed about that.
What happened? I didn't
It
bother reading.
looks like somebody probably was fucking around with fireworks on the beach and like their box of fireworks got caught on fire somehow.
Good times when it just fucking goes everywhere. Yeah.
I will say one thing from this weekend. My brother-in-law and the guy he was fighting, that they did a spot. Do you guys know what a gusset plate is?
Yeah.
Like the things you put on
That
like,
connects like
on
stuff in
roofing.
trusses.
Yes. So that's commonly used in deathmatch wrestling. So they both had gusset plates in their head, and then they put a sparkler in it, and then they saluted each other, and they played Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
America.
And that guy told Lana, was like, that thing right there is going to get you bookings all over the country because it's just so random.
I'll tell you, I'm getting ready to say something critical. Well, not critical, just something. All right, so I was at the grocery store the other day.
It happens.
And I saw a person wearing a shirt that says, these colors don't run, they reload. Now, if you're not from this country, I need you to turn this shit off for like 30 seconds. Because don't get it fucking twisted. If it comes to me versus you, I'm a home team player to the day I fucking die. But I can talk shit about my own shit with my fellow countrymen.
Yeah.
Fair.
You got a shirt that says these colors don't run the moment we're pulling out of Afghanistan. Is anybody thinking about that?
Yeah.
People don't think much about anything. It's a problem.
All right, foreigners, turn it back on now. Anyway,
Okay, let me turn it back. Oh, I put my headphones back on.
No, you're a citizen. It's okay. It's okay if you're here default. Just if you're in another place. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't like to air my dirty laundry in front of the other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't need Bono chime in on American politics.
The last thing I need is to hear Bono do anything. You remember that? I'm still mad about you guys. You
fired
guys aren't fucking Apple people. But Apple people fucking know. There was one day when you woke up and a YouTube album was in your phone. Like they struck a deal with Apple.
Oh, for the U2 album.
And you just got the whole U2 album. If you don't get this shit off my phone.
Well, I downloaded something one time just to listen to a Jay-Z album that fucked my phone up for like a month.
Really?
Well, it was like 2011, 2012. He had some deal with some app or something. It wasn't Tidal.
Tidal?
It wasn't.
It had to be
I think it was
Tidal.
before Tidal.
No, it had to be Tidal.
I don't know. If it was Tidal, it was trash, especially at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody even uses that shit.
Yeah, I think he's poised to sell that, but it doesn't. Neither here nor there. Fucking you don't fucking. I'll choose what music I want, please. Why don't you go save a whale or something? Is that it for you, sir?
Yeah, that's it for me.
I do have a couple things. We went out on the 4th of July, or maybe it was the 3rd of July to be fair. But we went to Fort McHenry, walked around, showed the kids like the fort and shit, which was pretty cool. And like good view, like it was a beautiful day. Like it was like 70 with a breeze.
Great weather this weekend.
It was fucking nuts. Like I never felt hot. There was no bugs because the breeze was blowing. Like everything I hate about outside was gone.
Nice.
And there's a good view of the water and the city and all that. And they got to kind of get a little bit of history too. And so it was good. It was worthwhile for all. Then before that, we went to Lexington Market, which I haven't been to probably in 15 years or so.
Fill us in.
So Lexington Market is a market that sits at the corner of Saratoga and Paca in Baltimore City. And it's historic. It's been around since the 1700s. It's a staple of Baltimore. It's a thing.
But what's there?
So lots of fresh seafood. bakeries, and then there's like a lot of like kind of like niche kind of cuisine, like Jamaican or
Ethiopian.
Maybe.
Is there a section of it that's mostly people who probably should just be at home selling on Etsy?
No. So it's pretty much all food.
Okay.
There is like a couple of little like bootleg purse spots but shit, but
Sure.
like for the most part, it's probably 98% food. And you know, my kids have never been. My dad and I used to go every weekend, and we just like my dad used to like sit at this oyster bar. And there'd be like all these old guys in there in the morning and like talking shit and reading a newspaper and complaining about politics or gas prices or whatever old people do. And it was just interesting to go back now. It's always been on the edge, but it has it's Saratoga, for those that know the city, is kind of, if you're downtown, Saratoga is where things start going left. You know, like it's like it's like right on the line. But like, let's say if it was right on the line 15 years ago, it looks like somebody just pushed the line 10 feet towards the harbor. So it's like it's over the line now.
Oh, damn.
But it's fine. I mean, we never, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely junkies and shit hanging around and stumbling throughout the fucking joint and all that kind of stuff. But like, we never felt in danger or out of place or anything like that. I didn't feel the need to have the fucking biscuit on me or, you know, that bullshit. I was fine, but it was disheartening. First of all, COVID, I'm sure, took its toll on it. There's a lot of like spots that have closed down. So that was kind of sad to see. And then there was, you know, sometimes when you walk through there, like I have fond memories of like, it used to be like you go in there, it was like, you know, shoulder to shoulder, like, excuse me, pardon me. And, you know, it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was very vacant. And, you know, I have memories of being there with my dad, and like we would buy like a ton of fucking burgers, donuts, and burgers, donuts, not burgers, and snickerdoodles, and you know what I mean. And then we would go sit at the oyster bar, and I would get like a Coke and some fries, and he would fuck these oysters up. You know, and it's just seeing it now. It's like, man, like, you know, it's a little worse for wear.
Yeah.
But it made me, I was having an emotional reaction to it, because like my kids were now standing where my dad and I stood, and they were getting snickerdoodles and fucking these snickerdoodles up, you know what I mean? And it's funny, there was this
You
dude,
didn't go to Oyster Bar, though.
we went just to look, but I didn't get any oysters.
Of course not.
I can't handle it. It's a texture. I was just snomlet. But like, I was,
It's like a velvety vagina.
I don't eat that either.
Like a...
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you are Batman. You are a Batman fan.
Valentine's Day. I'm just kidding. So look, we're you know, like, so Burgers has like, there's like, they have two stands, right? And this place is laid out like a grid. Mm-hmm. So they have two stands right across from each other, and like this guy on the other side is like, hey, we're open like on this side too. If you want, we can just take care of you here. And there was a guy in front of me, right? And very Saratoga Avenue type of guy. And I was like, hey man, they're open. They said, you're in front of me, so if you want to go there. And he like looked over and he was like, they ain't got no snickerdoodles. And I was like, dude, that's what I'm here for. And like we kind of bonded over these snickerdoodles. Because like, if you know, like they're like the Burgers cookie is like a famous cookie, like with the chocolate and the regular kind of cookie in it. But like their snickerdoodles are fucking crazy good, like out of this world good, and you could buy like a pound for like $10 or something. Like it's crazy. So yeah, we went there and walked around, and you know, and I like exposing my kids to like it's not all like, you know, just white picket fence and 10 houses that look identical. Like they've been around the block a few times for their age, so to speak, and got to see, you know, different cultures and so forth. That is important to me. On a number of levels, but yeah, it was cool.
There's a conversation in there about reliving your memories, going to places that you have fond memories of. That I'm gonna be honest with you. Anytime I've tried to do that, I've always ended up
being disappointed
and hurting that original memory. Like, I'll give you an example. Kelly and I went on a cruise one time, and there's don't ask me which island it was, but she had taken pictures. She'd gone on a cruise before we were married, and had taken these great pictures of this island. And we get there, and the hurricanes of this island basically doesn't exist the way it did.
Yeah.
I'm like, but we went to that same beach. I'm like, this beach is trash now.
Yeah.
Please keep your memory though, because
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It's like something.
Don't meet
you
your heroes.
Enjoy that's like
Don't
destroyed.
relive your memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I went back to Myrtle Beach like not too long ago, like within the, you know what I mean? And I was like, damn, man, what a shithole.
When was it not?
I feel like when I was a kid, it just seemed like super fun. Like,
I think it's because you were a kid.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you see things differently for
Correct.
sure.
North Myrtle Beach is the spot now.
Yeah. So I'm continuing to watch that show Polyamory on Showtime.
Oh yeah, with how is it? Is
So,
it falling apart?
So we're on to the second season now.
It's same people.
Same people.
So the pod, which is the two couples living
Now
together,
they're pod.
they're still there. But the two girls and the dude, they're not on the show anymore. But they got another couple.
Do they explain where they went?
Nope.
They
got another couple that's two girls and a dude, and they're even in worse shape.
Oh gosh.
And it's just interesting, man. Like, because it's like I mean, I'm sure that there are people out there that can successfully pull off this polyamoric lifestyle, like a cheeseburger style. But but the people on this show cannot.
I'm sure they specifically found people who couldn't hold it together
but, like,
to be on the
I
show.
I don't know, because they're all like, I feel like they're all like, even they meet people, like they're all just like blatantly lying to themselves. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so like this couple, this new couple, for instance, like
Or triple.
yes, but it's always a married couple that brings in an extra girl, right? That's the way it is. And the married couple, the girl, 1,000%, the wife, 1,000% wants this bitch out of here. You know what I mean? The good times are good times, but she like doesn't get the things that most women want: quality time alone with the man that she loves. And as a result, she finds another dude, right? Polyamory.
Right.
But he's not having that shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
Of course,
it's
always
so fucking funny, man. It's like, and they just find all of these like little like semantic nuances to justify that we're definitely 100%. We couldn't be happier, but they're not.
Right.
You know, the only ones that are happy are the ones getting what they want.
Yeah, people want the king and eat it too, and it's
Right.
always like hypocritical. You get what you get, but you don't want them to get what.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine like a gay couple that's gotten married that is super unhappy, but doesn't want to not be married anymore because how hard it was to get that done. You know,
Like if you came up during that time,
yeah,
and
and
to
you
fight
got
for
married,
it,
you know,
that would
it
be
was like
complicated.
a big deal, and now 20 years, 10 years, 5 years later, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Polyamory? Are you down for that, buddy? You know,
But yeah, it's just interesting to see. But it is, I'll tell you, the second season feels more reality TV esque. Where like the first
More
one,
produced.
yeah,
First
yeah.
one's more documentary. Second one's more.
Yeah, and they both had the reality TV vibe, but they turned it up on this one. You know what I mean? Where it doesn't.
It's better when it's not.
Yeah, the first season had a little bit more like, I don't know, intimate feel to it, where this one feels produced. It feels like, big money behind it, and which is fine.
That's always happens in the second season of polyamory. Is big money gets involved.
I'm still watching the Harley show on HBO, the animated.
Yeah.
And I'm growing to like it a lot, like because it's cute, fun, funny, and also edgy, which is interesting to see how they pull it off. And like it's obviously like a reimagined universe where things are a little bit off center. But they still, you could tell that they like definitely respect the lore and mythology.
Yeah, they're not just throwing it out or shitting on it.
Yeah.
So, like Fast 9.
Well, I was just gonna say
Respect
Fast,
the lore.
like Fast 9, but I was gonna say like it's like the opposite of the Bayformer stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
They just took the name and shot.
Yeah,
else.
we're like this is reimagined too, and even Bane is like the British, like the Nolan Bane. You know what I mean?
Not the South American.
Yeah. He has the voice and the whole bit, and but it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. Like I don't hate it, which is nice. Been knocking out a couple dioramas recently. Nothing really crazy there. I did finish my first drawing in a long time. This is the Megatron one.
Looks
Beautiful.
great, man. Looks great.
Thanks, man. It's like, for those that are listening, I did one of like all the primes, and this is like a mirror version of that. So like even like Prime's chest is like pointing in this way, and then Megatron's chest is pointing in that way. So theoretically, if you were to get both, they would mirror each other beautifully.
When you laid out the Megatron, did you?
Yep.
It's very purposefully done with the.
Yep. 100%. And even like the IDW, like More Than Meets the Eye, Optimus is like on the left side of the Optimus picture, and it's on the right side of the Megatron picture. So it will like completely mirror one another. Like,
Cool.
I love shit like that.
Yeah. I think it worked out nice. I'm back in the zone a little bit. I got another one that I want to do here soon that I'm not sure how it will pan out, but I feel like I have to do it. My goal is to get 2 more done before TFCon. We'll see. I did. I had an anniversary, the dating anniversary. We didn't do much. Went went to Wegmans and it's like regular shit. But we had like a little nice, we did like a nice wine and cheese. Had a nice dinner. I sat outside, had like a fire pit and s'mores with the kids. And
I wonder how many couples that have been together a long time actually even know that date. Like, I have no idea.
ours was easy to remember because it was July 4th. Like,
well, I mean, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it just happened to work out that way.
I remember. Krista doesn't. She doesn't remember any dates though. She forgets her own birthday sometimes.
And it was all like I was at so she came over my house that first day on July 4th. That was the first time she came over my house just one-on-one. And we fucked around a little bit. And then we went back to her house, and I got a page when I was at her house.
911 page?
Yeah, and I was like, hey, can I use your phone? And she said, yeah. So I picked up her phone, and I called, and it was somebody asking me if I could come out to something. And I was like, no, I'm with my girl. And then when I got off the phone, she was like, I'm your girl now? And I was like, if you want to be. And then that was it. And then we went to fireworks. It was like, it's easy to remember the day. 'Cause, you know what I mean?
The events around it.
Right. Cruella, I watched that.
Yeah?
People are praising it. It's fine. It's fine. It's a fine.
I don't even care about the concept of it.
See,
though.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Is it like it's a decent little story about the backstory of Cruella, and there are some interesting little tidbits. Like you get to learn like why she hates Dalmatians because the villain of her story had Dalmatians, and
Is she portrayed as the villain in this, or the like?
no, she's more the hero, but she's not like she's the hero of the story, but she's not a good person.
Gotcha.
Which is cool to see because it would have been too formulaic had they just been like, oh, she was a saint.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? But she's kind of a bitch. And so, like, that it was a cool approach to it. My problem is what you just said. I just don't care. I'd rather somebody just, hey, I'd rather somebody just sit down with me and be like, hey, man, I watched Cruella. Let me tell you the interesting things about it, and I can move on with my life. I'd take that 15 minutes over the 2 hours.
YouTube literally does that for
Oh,
you.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But then I got to find some fucking weasel on there that I don't I hate their fucking voice. It's whoa, guys, I'm back with another, fuck, get the fuck out of here.
There are times when I turn on
Clown.
YouTube videos when I'm turning off right away because of shit like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, I forgot to mention I watched The 40-Year-Old Virgin this weekend.
You know what's
I hadn't
funny?
seen that.
quite enjoyed that movie.
I hadn't seen it in a long time, and wow.
Still good?
Oh, it is. It's just like
It's like back in the sand.
They can't make. Yeah, they couldn't make that movie today.
That's a shame. What's your like? What do you find is like your like comedy movie that you like never kind of get tired of seeing? That you're like if I had to watch one comedy movie for the rest of my life, it would probably be this one.
Talladega Nights.
I don't think that's a bad choice.
Yeah, man, that's tough for me.
Whoa! Love that, buddy.
This love Jesus. I'm a sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet little 8-ounce, 10 pound 8-ounce baby Jesus.
I'm gonna be all on you like a spider monkey.
And I'd like
I'm
to thank you
jacked
for
up
that.
on Mountain Dew.
I'd like to thank you for that $10 million. Woo!
Shake
Love
and bake.
that, buddy.
Dude, this is
Shake and
good
bake.
fucking
It
movie.
rhymes. They're both verbs. Shit just sounds good.
Put the evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Have you guys ever seen Semi-Pro, where he's a basketball
Yes,
player
yes.
slash
Yeah,
owner?
yeah.
With
I
the
watched
Napoleon
about-
Dynamite? Is that?
No, he's not in that one. But he's got a curly fro that kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
I watched a part of that the other day. That movie's wild. He wrestles a bear.
What do you think would be your go-to?
Probably. Man, I don't know. To watch that's the movie.
Yeah, it's like this is one you got to watch forever. That you like never. I guess the question is you never get tired of laughing at it. Is basically the question.
It's probably either Friday or Half Baked because that's just
interesting.
like I can quote them already. Might as well just-
Yeah. I mean, they're both classics and cult classics.
yeah. Custodian dick.
What do you think's a bigger movie of those two?
What do you mean?
Big as in popular
define bigger,
with people
yeah.
like cult classic, or you mean money
Yeah, like
wise?
no. Popular, more quotable, more people have seen, more people are fond of.
I feel like Friday.
Friday.
I think
probably.
Friday, too.
It had more of a mainstream.
I enjoy
because I mean
Heartbreak
Ice Cube.
I
was
like
a-
Friday more, but
Ice Cube was a huge star at the time.
the only part that made me laugh and I like Half Baked just because of the era, but the only part that ever made me laugh in that shit, like really like belly laugh, was that when that dude said janitor and he said yes scientist. Dude, that shit fucked me up when I was young. Like
There's so many good ones in there.
Fuck you.
The horse was a diabetic.
mine is so I have a hard time choosing between the two. Step Brothers is in the running for
It's
me.
great. It's fucking great.
But the other one, dude, is like is
why
Forgetting
mix it?
Sarah Marshall.
Really?
I love.
I mean,
that.
I enjoy the movie.
You.
I love the music.
It's because of the awkwardness. You love the awkward shit.
Dude, I love the songs.
Just like seeing that dude's dick at the beginning.
Shit is so fucking
That is a good
funny,
movie.
man. But yeah, so
There's a lot. But 4-Year Virgin, obviously it was an easy transition from watching The Office for hours because Steve Carell's in it.
What about Bruce Almighty?
Yeah, I'll leave it alone.
No. There's a sequel with him as the main character.
So looking at, because it was
Evan.
Evan Almighty was
I
Jim
never
Carrey
saw
in the
that.
first one.
Hey.
There's a sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah, it's
like a spin-off, more of a
yeah.
spin-off, I guess.
It's like that character that
The singing guy.
Russell, whatever his name is.
It's like
I never
either
watched that
is it his
movie.
backstory?
I'm not sure. Puff Daddy's
Puff
in it?
Daddy's in it. He's like, how many kookaroos you own? You don't
And I know Jonah Hill's in it too.
You
It's
don't,
like,
you don't own any kookaroos. I own 3 kookaroos. They're like restaurants, like chicken restaurants.
look, but looking at his 4-Year Virgin, looking at his toy collection, and now it's like, man,
And then some paintings,
it's
the miniatures.
trash. It's just a trash collection. It's like, I mean, there might be some Migos that are worth some money in there, but like
Are
he
they
got a bunch
Detox?
of. Yeah, he had some detoss. Most of his collection is garbage. Though.
I feel like it's something that would end up on Bobby's display review video.
Yeah.
Let's get that trash out of here.
Yeah. Let's see. So I've been brushing up my stuff on because we're doing Metallica for August's Bobby Boogie Bop.
You
So I've
have to
been-
decide whether Black Album is.
Yeah, I got to decide that. But I've been brushing up on my history of it because, like, I know all the big moments. Like this one, they split up, and this one died, and this, like, all this, like, big Metallica moments. But like, I sometimes forget like what order they come in, like what album came out before and after, and all that kind of shit. And so I've been kind of like fine tuning it a bit. So I've been watching like a lot of docs on Metallica, reading a lot about them, etc. So which is interesting. I have a love-hate relationship.
Are you
with
going
them.
to talk about?
I think a lot of people do.
Are you going to talk about Napster?
Yeah, we have to. And unfortunately, we have to talk about fuel and refuel. There's going to be some dull moments.
Yeah.
It's going to be real exciting at first, and then it's going to taper off.
It reminds me of like there was this Ali G interview that he did with these people, and he was like a guest, like panels on the guests. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end, he was like, "Oh, I'd like to thank all of you peeps for coming through. It's been real. It's been fun. Sometimes it's been boring."
Just being honest.
And what do you guys think about, like, all right, summer 2021? When do you stop looking at people coughing sideways?
I never started.
Oh, okay. You never even like, oh man, I definitely, if somebody was like, I mean, when I caught it, the only reason when my spider sense even went off was because this dude that I caught it from was 100% FaceTiming his wife, and she was coughing up her ass out of her chest.
From the, so he's carrying.
And I
it.
was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like I can hear him in the other room FaceTiming. It's like, "Yeah, I just," and I was like, "Oh no, oh no, how do you know?"
Yeah, I sneezed this weekend outside and still was like, I covered my, I tucked my elbow, did the Dracula cough. Just started I got deep in there, Bobby. I got deep in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my elbow wet.
Make my elbow wet.
Yep.
I'm a big inside of my shirt sneezer.
Oh, like when Joe throws up.
Yes, you gotta tuck your shirt in first.
Tuck it. Oh,
What's the point if you don't tuck your shirt in? So. You're catching it.
What's the back end of this look like, though? I mean,
it's not everywhere.
Dreadful.
Yeah, it is dreadful, but it's not like over the floor.
Well, and I looked around like, oh shit, it didn't cross my mind immediately, but
so I'll tell you, all cards on the table. Like, I asked this because the baby got a cold last week, seemingly runny nose and cough, and Jaina got like a really dry cough, persistent. And I was like, ugh. And then, like, before you know it, she like went to a friend's house to sleep over, and I was like, ugh. And then I was like, fuck it. So we got her tested yesterday, just to make sure she's negative.
So Kelly had the same thing. She had an awful head cold, chest, and like, you got to go get tested.
Yeah,
we just don't know,
right?
Because she's had it. She's had the vaccine, but. Love my wife to death, but if something's going to happen to somebody medical like that, she's got a shot at it, right? So, but she came back. They said it's just a chest, and they're like, look, it's just going to be like this for a while. You get sick, you come get a COVID test,
and
to make sure.
And a lot of people, they say, are like, there's an increase of colds and
because everybody wore a mask for a fucking year,
correct.
And all that shit went down. Everybody's out.
Yeah, I was like, no one talked about flu.
Yeah, and our immune systems,
and everyone got the shots,
and our immune systems are trash. So anyway, like it's just been like I'm just wondering, like, at what point does that fade? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. So we do have a few notes. Let's see. So first of all, R.I.P. to Richard Donner, Superman movies and
from
so
the
forth.
Donner Party.
Yeah. So I mean, he lived a long ass life, and had huge. Kind of
had huge
contributions
impact on the industry.
Yeah, he passed away Monday, according to his wife. No cause of death has been revealed. Bronx born.
How old was he?
I'm trying to find his age.
He was in his 80s.
I think he just died because he was old.
Yeah,
timed out.
And some people,
but
you get a certain age, you just stop working.
Your refresh rate goes to 0.
Superman, obviously. He was a laundry list of staple shows from the 60s, including Route 66, The Rifleman, The Twilight Zone, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Gilligan's Island, Perry Mason, The Wild Wild West, etc. So,
not the Will Smith one, though.
Well, that's what it was based on.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wild Wild West.
Just like the Guy Ritchie movie, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I still got to see it. Yeah, because we just talked about a Guy Ritchie movie that you didn't like, right? The King Arthur one.
Yeah, I didn't. Even watch it.
Looking at it as comparing it to other movies of that genre, I did not care for it.
Yeah.
On the surface, it's you could probably take that story and put it in modern day London, and it still would work.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the intention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Guy Ritchie generally.
Me too.
But
especially that one with Madonna in it.
Yeah, so that's where he went
away.
left. And I'll tell you, like, I really liked Rock and Roller. Did you ever see that? So that seemed to be setting up for. Did you ever see it? It's like it's in the same breath. It's like Snatch and Lock, Stock. It was like a return to roots for him, but it was a little darker, which was interesting. And it was supposed to have like a sequel to it, and it didn't. So, let's see. I said. This is a question, not a statement. Free the guys? Bill Cosby.
Oh, God. You just have to laugh at it because,
did you see? Did I send you that video of him getting out of jail?
Mm-mm.
Dude, I got to show you guys this. There's a video. It's out there. I think 50 Cent is shared it. I think that's where I got it. Is he
still making sweaters?
I don't know. I don't know because he knits.
G-Units.
G-Unit. But, like, it's funny because 50 Cent's, like, laughing at it. And it's funny just because it's fucking funny. But, so this is him getting out, just being freed. And he, just watch him, all right? Mm-hmm. Hold on one second.
What's he doing?
He's gloating, basically.
He's doing like his hold on. Like, you know how I used to do like that real like physical.
Oh, like his dancing before the show.
Like
okay. Oh wow.
It's like you have to laugh at it so you don't get upset at it. Like, quite a few of people I know are quite upset. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, how old are you? You know this world sucks. You know fucking things aren't fair. Don't.
It's a technicality, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's
And
a legal technicality.
It's atrocious, really. But you have to laugh at it because otherwise you'd be upset.
God, man, that video has had me rolling. I mean, I know it's fucked up. I get it. However, that shit is funny as fuck.
It depends on you as a person. Like, if you can laugh at stuff. Because, like, for some people, that's just, like, blood-boilingly enraging, right?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Big mad. I'm just not I'm just not the big mad guy. I mean, unless it's to me. Like, if it's something like, you know, if I was obviously...
I mean, imagine the victims.
Correct. Right? Then they have every right. But me, like, if it doesn't really affect... If you're not talking about me, my family, my friends, my shit, I never get big mad. You might irritate me. I might be like, man, I'm not watching this guy anymore, or I'm turning this dude off, or you know what I mean, mute this for a minute, or whatever the case may be. But I'm never gonna get like blood boiling. I'm gonna make the Dragon Ball Z face for 10 minutes while I'm powering up. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just
like, I don't think it's at him. At him, yes, but like also just at the state of like this is the society you live in. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't specifically affect you.
We have a legal system that is set up to protect criminals.
That's what I'm saying. Like I told him I have to laugh at it because if you really dig deep, you're gonna get mad at it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Britney Spears, but they let the wrong person out.
Yeah, dude. Shit. That's a tragic fucking story, man.
Yeah.
That Britney Spears shit.
Leave Britney alone.
Dude, they need to leave her alone. That dude was a fucking prophet and didn't know it. that fucking YouTuber guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next one is MOREtal Kombat. We have an animated show or a movie coming. I guess it's a sequel to the Scorpion one. I watched the trailer for it. Not sure if you guys
Probably
did.
better than the live action.
Probably better than the live action, but also doesn't look great to me. Like, it just looks like fine.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to talk about there. Transformers Creature Feature, the Kingdom trailer hit. Did you happen to watch that?
Yeah, so that's the third installment of this Netflix
trilogy.
series. Let me tell you, I've made it through the other two.
I have as well.
I'm afraid
I couldn't make it
I'm
through the first one.
I'm building this up because this is the Beast Wars, right? Yeah,
correct.
I think this one, Bobby, may be the one that breaks the camel's back. I don't know if there's a camel involved or not.
I think it's going to take the lion's share of the kind of money and.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ape shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, but
it's just a bunch of monkey business.
It really is.
It's fucking batshit insane how to keep this shit going.
You know,
it is.
I think I'm going to like one of these when pigs fly. Is what I think.
Nice.
I will say this as not a Beast Wars fan. You know, clearly, I have no interest in it.
The next live action movie is gonna be.
Yeah, I know.
They're gearing up.
Yeah, and all that's by design, 1,000%. But like,
and listen, but I think I can speak for you, Bobby. If you like this, you win.
For
I
sure.
have no hard feelings against you. It's just I don't.
So I want to take it to the next step and say, not only do you win, but when I saw Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal standing together, I was like, man, I'm really happy for those fans for this moment. Like, that's probably pretty big for them. Yeah. And I was really like in my soul, like, good for them. They have that now. You know what I mean? That little moment. I have a feeling it's going to probably be of
same quality,
same caliber, let's say, of the previous seasons.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've enjoyed the animation a lot because they're literally using the toy models.
Almost mixed feelings,
almost to a fault.
That's what makes me not like it.
If you want your toys to look like the show,
so that's cool.
That is better than it is right now.
Instead of making the animation like the toys, they should make the animation better and then copy the toys off of that. Mm-hmm. Increase the quality of the toys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. Probably for this to do a sit down Saturday on it. And that's about it. The other thing is, I said, I think because I'm on this Metallica kick, and you know, I have to wrestle with that Black Album a lot, so I've been, you know, sad but true.
What's the rest?
So, but this one I call dumb if true. This is Loki's the female Loki
Okay.
is supposed to be a cross blend between the female Loki from the comics and the Enchantress. It's a completely new character.
Okay.
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just do Enchantress or just do female? Like, why would?
Because you can. Because it's multi-universe.
We have-
Because
we-
it's comic book shit.
We haven't said his name in a while, but whatever Kevin Feige
Forged,
Fjord,
Fast and
Feige.
Furious. I believe is his
okay.
name.
Feige.
Feige,
Feige.
Kevin, as we do in here, Kevin F. Kevin S. from Buena Vista as a.
I have a pretty funny memory of that bit that I will share another time.
All right, but who knows? But he said, "Oh, let's make an original character. Let's not confuse." But you're right; it is dumb. It's like you've got such a
It's
vast.
comic book shit. Like,
But it
what is
but it
par for the
hasn't.
cause?
But it hasn't been there. It hasn't been the Marvel way. They've been giving you the characters, like even like the.
in the movie. I was just thinking, no, it's part for the course for like comic book genre for you to just make a new crossover character.
Even in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's like they gave you U.S. Agent. It's like you can check that off. And you're like, oh man, I saw U.S. Agent in a live action thing. Like,
But U.S. Agent's like a main character. In comic, is female Loki and for the comics
Enchantress
a major
is.
character? Enchantress, then yes, Enchantress is.
that's what I think it should have been. They should have given you Enchantress. You know what I mean? Like I think that would have been a big check for a lot of people to like. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Her name's what? Sicily.
Sylvia.
Cicely Tyson.
Sicily is
it's a place.
small island.
It is also.
It's like
a
the
name-
ball that you get that Italy kicks on a map.
It's true. It's true. And it's got his ass kicked a lot of times too. Just like
got
because of his location. There's an interesting Italian history about the amount of countries that have conquered Italy, and like they always go from the bottom up. They rarely win going from the top down, but going from the bottom up. So Sicily has caught the brunt of it like a ton of times. That's a weird divergence.
I didn't realize.
Let's go in history.
Yeah, I didn't realize somebody wrote a rap song about how to attack Italy.
that I picked up on.
Bottoms up. Yeah, I just didn't know that was about combat.
It's a complex metaphor.
It is.
It's really an art form of poetry when you get down to it.
Isn't it all though?
Yes. But yeah, I just it's just one of those things where it's like, man, just throw him a bone. Throw me a bone too, so to speak. If it just even me, I think that Falcon Winter Soldier is the best Marvel produced entirely series so far.
Series,
That is to say, I don't think it's great. I think it's good. But I appreciate the little character boxes that they give you, for just
like White Vision.
yeah. I mean, just little things like, oh shit, man, I got to see that.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. The last one is this Visions, Star Wars Visions. Did you see this at all?
It's the anime, right?
Yeah, anime.
Sorry.
Has Jane ever colorecting you?
No, it was actually that conversation that I did on the other podcast where I told you about the
Yes, yeah.
He kept saying it like what's funny is in my mind I was like I didn't even know that people say it that way. So I was like, man, why is he putting so much sauce on it?
Anime.
But it's whatever. Yeah, it's like so it's going to be non-canonical. They're short stories done by so I would love for. I want you to. Would you mind watching it? You did watch it?
No, I would love to watch it.
Okay. Stand by. So what do we think?
I'm incredibly fucking excited. I haven't bought any Star Wars as much as I've been really loving Star Wars.
Right.
I haven't bought anything, but if they start making figures from this, for sure. Just Studio Trigger is Gurren Lagann. It's a production IG is Ghost in the Shell. Those are big studios. I wasn't sure if it was actually big name studios that was doing this, but yeah. And looking at the art, that's my
great.
jam. That's for fuck.
Yeah.
I think I probably even have my wife and kids that will watch this.
right. Yeah,
but it's gonna make the problem is gonna make for me it's gonna make the rest of the Star Wars 2D animation stuff unwatchable at this point.
But
after that,
what other Star Wars 2D is there?
Droids.
Droids and Ewoks.
It's pretty much unwatchable already.
Yes.
So I don't
There
think
was no. No, it's not 2D. It's also 3D. There's another animated
Oh, there was a Clone Wars
like thing.
J some shit
it was
like
done in like that. I always
Samurai
call it
Jack.
Yeah, I always call it the Johnny Bravo style. It's kind of the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's same.
Samurai Jack. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I never cared for that anyway. But the story was cool.
Get the shirtless Anakin though.
Yeah, the story was cool, but I just never cared for that style of animation.
It was super popular at that time.
No, for sure. Still kind of is. I feel like it has a cult following of like that particular.
I'll be interested to see how they
style.
market this because I think they could probably gain some fans that are anime
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
anime fans what
No, I say anime too, but like anime is the proper way
right
to
but
say
that
it.
guy who said it in the video, like the next sentence says anime,
Anime, yeah.
so it's like whatever. Anyways, I think there could be some potential crossover for them to gain some new fans for the franchise in general based on the fact that they're going into this. And
I mean, it's to get anime fans into Star Wars and Star Wars fans into anime that aren't already. I'm sure there's a good crossover there.
here's a question, Joe. Is this dubbed at release, do you think?
It's made for America.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be dubbed and subbed simultaneously released.
I hate it. I don't hate it. I don't. It doesn't do anything for me.
Of course.
It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for me. It's like so when they announced that this was coming. In my mind, I was thinking, remember that TIE Fighter one?
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of hoping for, I think.
That probably just, like got the ball rolling.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
That was great. That was fantastic. I love that.
This
that
just
TIE Fighter thing.
doesn't look like Star Wars to me.
It's not in canon. It's like
Correct. But it doesn't nothing about this looks like Star Wars except for the fact that they have laser swords. So like it's like so I guess I shouldn't. So I don't hate it. I'm not interested in it. Like there's nothing about it. Like there's the one, and I'm trying to remember all of it. There's like a bunny rabbit character or
that's
cat
based on Astro Boy type. Oh no, the
cat character.
Yep.
Like I doesn't do anything for me. And then this
no different than any other
a loaf cat.
wacky alien in regular Star Wars.
Like that bunny rabbit
guy, which is also trash and not really part of it. Do you know what I mean? Like and always seemed off base also, and I feel like that seems off base in the same way.
Bobby, we need to have this conversation because you're a huge Star Wars fan.
No, he hates Star Wars now.
Hang on.
He's when he hates Star Wars.
But he hates what's going on with Star Wars. You've got the reins today. What do you think needs to happen with
Nice
Star
Old
Wars?
Republic.
Okay.
All focus goes to that era. Just completely shift gears.
Okay.
And take it away, as far away from where a long time ago, dude. It is
even
longer time ago, and even further away from where it is. Just start fresh without starting fresh. If that makes sense.
Okay. So you would much rather see them work off making that canonical than just go completely different direction.
Or I'm good with completely different direction too, as long as that completely different direction is far the fuck away from Tatooine and the Skywalkers.
I think no matter what they do,
this seems really far away, bro.
Yeah, so this is too far.
But it's not.
This doesn't
canonical.
Correct, which is fine.
It's going to be fun.
Which is fun.
And some of it looks like it's like
think about it like a Marvel What If episode because that's essentially what it is. I mean, it's.
I agree, but I feel like even those what ifs are going to feel more like Marvel than this is going to feel like Star Wars, just from the limited stuff that I'm seeing.
Right.
And it is limited.
Like, Star Wars borrows a lot from like samurais and shit, right?
Absolutely.
And it seems to be like taking Star Wars and then rebringing it back. It's interesting to see when things go bounce back and forth. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's been stuff like that before where something borrows something and it's like the Samurai 7 or the Magnificent 7. Mm-hmm. That has gone back and forth so many times. I don't remember who's the original.
Yeah. But yeah, it just seems like, imagine I showed you a trailer for a Thundercats movie, and where the Thundercat symbol is, it was a Republic symbol instead, and I was like, dude, new Star Wars. Like that's how I feel. I'm like, this isn't Star Wars. This is Thundercats. With someone, the Thundercats join the rebellion. Like,
I mean, well.
You know what I mean? That's and I'm just and not because of the cat thing.
I know.
It's just like I should have chosen something different. But that it just doesn't. It just like so Mandalorian, right? Like I'm not crazy about Mandalorian as a show.
Yeah.
Period. but it still feels like Star Wars. Still looks like Star Wars. Still seems like part of Star Wars to me. Whereas this just seems like somebody slapped the Star Wars logo on it and was like, "Oh, we can get money here too." Is how it seems to me.
Right, and I can see how you can see that, but you know that they didn't let that happen to their franchise. That this
And I
was,
think
this
some of
was
the- well-
handheld and baby step the whole way. We'll see.
Well, at least two of the studios that I'm fans wouldn't do that, but like the way they interpret or the way they want to do things might not be the way you like, but I'm sure they are going to handle it respectfully in their eyes.
So I agree with you there, and I also like I found it endearing that that these were all like, you know, and I didn't know the resumes here. I got the impression from it that they were legit, well-renowned companies. So it was nice to hear you co-sign that because now I know that the vibe was right. It wasn't just curated to trick me.
And it seemed like the people, obviously, translation you lose a lot, but it seemed obviously to me that the people that they interviewed were excited about.
Well, that's where I was going to go next. I was happy to see
Star Wars.
these folks that were in like a totally different genre were like a fucking dream opportunity to work on Star Wars.
But Star Wars isn't small in Japan. It's just that they like it differently than you do.
I mean, I'm not suggesting that.
I think culturally, maybe Japan likes Star Wars differently than how America likes Star Wars.
I'm not suggesting that it was.
Yeah,
it was just nice to see. It was
Right,
like
right,
it was
right.
like if it was like a fucking anything. If it was a wrestling company that was going to do Star Wars and they were like, dude, we've been dreaming of, like, it's like a dream come true to do Star Wars wrestling. Like, you know what I mean? It was just nice. It was just nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, just like all those Hot Toys, or even 112 figures, like the samurai versions of the Star Wars characters. And remember when I went to Japan and started taking pictures and sending them to you guys, there's like a lot of store displays, not even just Kodo, have like just huge Star Wars displays, and
Right.
R2D2 Bryce makers and shit.
Right.
I just think in Japan, Star Wars is another thing because they have so much like homegrown
Things.
You know, it's probably here like, you know, My Hero Academia is huge here.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's one of the things. It isn't, you
One
know,
of many.
It isn't a focus like it is to so many collectors and people who love the franchise here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, here is like, I always come back to this, but like there's like the thing about Star Wars here and the reason why it is what it is because of timing. It's 100% because of timing. It came out in 1977. It came out during the Kubrick era. It came out during Full Metal Jacket. It came out during, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
every Watergate,
serious, dark.
post Watergate, like it came out like
It had a
like,
lot to speak to.
everybody fucking hated the government. Everybody was cynical. Everybody was angry. Everybody was pissed. And then here came this little like, hey, this is this nice farm guy who saves the world. And everybody was like, aw, I love farm guys that save the world. And like, it's what the country needed at the time, which is what made it this phenomenon. And now, no matter how many people it pisses off, it'll always, it's just no undoing it now.
It's also like, fuck the government, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
I mean, more, you know,
Yeah.
it's not overtly political, even though when you look at what Star Wars is,
It's just like anything else.
it's
like
freedom fighters.
Yeah, but it's like you know, if you put the water in the cup, it becomes the cup type of shit. Like if I think a lot of shit, music too. Like if you want to get into that element with the media, it's there for you.
Yes.
And if you don't, you can just enjoy it as a good story in universe. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely
I'm excited. When is it coming out?
I didn't
Too fucking long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I mean,
I would like to watch it with you, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah. My kids will watch it too.
I would imagine it's episodic.
Yeah.
I would imagine they're gonna.
But it's probably short stories.
It is. There are
can
no
you,
consequences.
Can you swing that?
What do you mean?
Like watch it week to week?
If you
since
watch a week, if it's not,
Because they're
it's
individual
not-
stories.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Like it's just the fucking cliffhanger.
Right,
shit.
right. That's why I was just
Yeah.
just double checking.
September 22nd. It comes. Hang on. Will release. It says.
That's a bit.
It says that it will release on September 22nd on Disney Plus, but it doesn't say that
was
it's
the whole thing
if
or
it's.
But regardless,
I mean, these may be like 10, 15-minute little short
Yeah, it
things.
could be.
I don't think we're getting hours of material.
I
From
wasn't
each
sure if it was
studio.
going to be like half hour each, like a full.
I think it's going to be like Love, Death, and Robots. I think there'll be some.
because they range too. They range from 5 minutes to
like 17, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple questions. Actually, a lot.
We've been getting a lot of
I know,
questions
I know
lately.
you had one that was I think last week from Paul that came in like while we were sitting.
Yeah,
here.
Oh,
yeah.
You said
Is it
was,
because we've been starting to tell people that it's nerdrageradiommail@gmail.com that we're getting more of these questions?
Nerd Rage Radio Mail at
All one
gmail.com.
word at gmail.com.
No spaces.
Not MALE, but MAIL.
So he
Maybe we
said,
should do both.
"This is Paul
We're
Thief.
3 Nerd Rage Radio mails.
Mail 1, mail 2. Underscore 1, 2 underscores 1. It's always 1. Just the amount of underscores change, just to make it super obnoxious. This is actually one that I've been culling for a while now, but since you guys have started going down this path last week with Tim Curry, I guess it's time to push it out, so to speak. Who are the following people to you? All of the people on this list are famous for a lot of different things, basically. Yeah, this is going to be fun, I think.
Yes, I like these kind of questions.
If you were to mention these names to someone, they said, who? I don't think I know them. This is your sure you do. They're so-and-so. Since you all have different upbringings, et cetera, I think it'll be good fun. Using Tom Cruise as an example to you, he may always be Maverick from Top Gun.
Last Samurai?
Or the guy from Last Samurai he puts in there.
Like, he wasn't... Like, it's not that it's a great role for him, but, like, it's stuck with me.
So you're going to say the name, and then we're going to say what our immediate thought is about that.
Yes, like who you tie them to. So anyways, have fun with it. I have a feeling that you, Bobby, might not know all the people on the list by name.
We might not. I'm not
It
good
will
with
actually
names.
happen naturally. Don't be scared of the long list. This will go by quick. Since he was already mentioned, we'll start with Tom Cruise.
It's Last Samurai, just because, like, it stuck with me for that.
Mine is definitely Top Gun.
Mine's Top Gun as well. Alec Baldwin.
30 Rock. He played.
Is that Alec Baldwin?
He's the oldest one. He played Jack Donaghy on.
No, I get the Baldwins mixed up because I was gonna say Usual Suspect, but that's not the right Baldwin.
Right after that, it's Glengarry Glen Ross. Coffee is for closers.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I don't know.
I also 30 Rock.
I know
that guy. I know him. He's in a lot of, he used to be in a lot of things,
yeah.
right?
So that's what I say, though. I think Alec Baldwin, he's in a ton of shit. Like,
but what shit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was
there's this one where he's like a boss. He's like at a urinal.
I gotta fucking look at this up.
And he's like intimidating the guy next to him at the urinal.
He's been in a lot of those kind of roles.
Yeah, but I tell you, like, there's no like standout movie from him in my mind.
It's called a movie called The Wild. I think he was. No, was it? I don't know. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boss Baby.
No.
Well, he does the voice for
Beetlejuice.
Boss Baby.
Oh, Beetlejuice is a good one.
The Hunt of Red October.
Yes,
I don't think of him in that. Sean Connery.
Yeah, The Departed, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, he's in
Cat in
The
the
Departed,
Hat,
too.
The Edge. Saturday Night Live.
The Edge is the one I was talking about. It's got Anthony
Hopkins
and him in it. They're like lost in the woods or
The
something.
Bear.
There are a good amount of movies.
He's been in a ton of shit.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of shit.
30 Rock is
But
what
30 Rock was
my
me.
favorite line from when he was in 30 Rock is he was wearing a tuxedo and Liz Lemon, the other character, walked in and said, "Why are you wearing a tuxedo? It's after 5. What do I look like, a farmer?"
All right, Jim Carrey.
Oh, boy.
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
The Mask is what immediately comes to mind.
Wow.
For me.
It's interesting.
Same era.
Mike
Nobody
My-
says 23.
Mike Myers. Austin Powers.
Not for me,
Wayne's-
unfortunately. It's Wayne's World.
Wayne's World comes to mind first.
Yeah, that's interesting. Adam Sandler. Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say Billy
Billy
Madison.
Billy Madison
the other
is
one,
what
like-
I was thinking of.
And honestly, I saw that like part of that recently, so it's kind of fresh in my mind. But one of those early movies of his.
The Rock.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
The raised eyebrow. And the
I don't know a lot of the movies that he's in by name. Like
Doom?
Run for It.
Rampage?
Rampage. I know.
San Diego.
The Rundown is what
The
you're
Rundown.
It's got Sean
It's a
William
good
Scott in it.
movie. I like that movie a lot.
Walking Tall. He was the one-
I said they came out around the same time. I said Run for It.
Run for it.
There's probably a bootleg version of that.
John Favreau. Swingers.
Fucking Iron Man.
Probably Iron Man. I mean, I didn't like the movie Swingers when it came out.
I didn't either, but that's what I've associated him with
I
always.
just associate him with Iron Man at this point.
Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool for me.
Van Wilder.
Dude. My favorite
We
part
have
of
a lot
Van
of same with these ones.
when they're eating those, he's had a dog help him fill these eclairs in that movie.
Yes.
And this guy, like frat guy's eating one. He's like, "Oh, these are warm."
Oh, no, I've seen Van
I've
Wilder.
had these before.
Yeah, Van Wilder's great.
Yeah.
I just don't. He's just not. This is not my first thing with him anymore.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Batman.
So, but before that, it was American Psycho. Like that was my Christian Bale reference.
Before that was Empire of the Sun when he was a kid.
I liked him in Newsies. He wasn't Newsies, but obviously the Dark Knight stuff.
Ving Rhames.
Dawn of the Dead.
I might need a picture.
What? Really?
Well, it's not Michael Clark Duncan. I'll tell you that.
That's the other one.
It's the guy from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Well, Pulp Fiction then.
Yeah.
That's the reference I have too. Although I've liked him in lots of stuff, that's the only thing I can immediately come to mind on.
Jennifer Aniston.
Friends.
Friends.
And before that, Leprechaun.
I'm gonna say you'll laugh at me, but
What? Bobby, why are you laughing?
I don't know.
my reference immediately is Office Space.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't like Friends, and I never watched Friends.
I don't like Friends, and I've never seen an episode.
I know
I just know that
she's
she's
in Friends,
famous from
yeah.
it. And the other thing that she was in was like Boss,
Horrible Bosses.
Yeah,
And
because
she's-
and the only reason why I know that is because it's the only thing I've ever seen her in that I found her attractive.
You ever seen The Breakup?
Yes,
Interesting.
Have y'all watched The Upper Leprechaun? Fuck.
I have. I just don't remember. Bruce Willis,
Die Hard.
Die Hard. H. John Benjamin. Nah, I don't know
I
who
don't know
that
who
is.
that is.
Oh, I believe that is the guy. I'm going to say Bob's Burgers because I think that's the guy who voices Archer and Bob's Burgers. Nice way to sneak that in there, Paul. See who the real fans are. Let me check that though. What was his name again?
H. John Benjamin.
Hang on.
American actor.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I mean,
hang on.
you wouldn't
Am
know
I
it.
right?
He's like, Dr. Katz. I forgot
Am
that
I
was
wrong
that
about
show.
Dude,
this
I
is-
love Dr. Katz.
He was Dr. Katz.
No shit.
Yep.
Dr. Katz is
Good
great.
voice.
It was great.
I forget. Yeah, this is the same voice as Archer and goddamn Bob Burger.
Bob Burger.
Bob Burger. Yeah, so it's Bob Belcher for me.
John Cusack. I need his face too.
It's the
Fuck that guy.
Is that the fucking boombox over your head
I'm
guy?
gonna tell you. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's the
He was-
movie.
what-
Say anything, right? Is that the name?
What comes to mind for me is a movie he was in called Pushing 10 that also stars Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob
TIN?
Thornton. 10. That's about air traffic controllers. Let me show you this picture.
Yeah, I know who he is. But I'll tell you, I don't. Let me see him.
He's probably my least favorite actor in the
Really?
world. I hate him.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something about him.
Is he in
general.
Marvel
Is his
stuff?
face?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
I
in a
would-
few movies I enjoy.
yeah, I don't know. Like he's another one that's like in a ton of shit, but I don't
He was
necessarily
in,
associate
he was
him
in
with
2012, that movie that came out.
He was also in
that movie that came out. No shit.
1508.
Serendipity.
Is it 1508?
Serendipity's a good
I
movie.
love Serendipity.
1408.
1408. There we go. It's a Stephen King movie.
He's been in a ton of shit.
Yeah, a lot.
Over the years.
Since the 80s.
And I pretty much hate all of it.
Jack.
Why I hate this? There's a new thing I didn't know about you. That you hate John Cusack.
It is interesting. Jack Black. I hate him.
So I will tell
really?
you,
Yeah,
Jack Black's TikTok is fire, but Nacho Libre for me.
King Kong for me.
That
Actually, he-
School of Rock.
He was really good in Jumanji also.
Oh.
The new one with The Rock by
Gary Oldman.
This is
Is
plethora.
is there a
Yes,
wrong-
but he also might be one of us.
Oh yeah, right now we don't know it.
I'm going to say the Nolan trilogy because that's
Yeah.
where I've seen
Fifth
him
Element
the
for
most.
me.
Dracula for me.
4 stones.
4 Stones. Tom Selleck.
Well, I mean,
Magnum
PI,
PI, bro.
Well, it's that or Blue Bloods. What are we picking?
He was
right?
in Friends too, I think.
I think one of those girls dated Tom Selleck
Yes.
in that movie.
Rob Lowe.
Oh, Parks and Recreation.
The porn.
Rob Lowe did a porn.
Yeah, it was like a sex tape that he did.
Oh, I'm saying Parks and
He's
Recreation.
He was
Oh,
also
shit,
he was also
too.
in Wayne's World.
He was literally one of the best actors on that show. And if you've seen the show, that would make sense to you. What I just said.
I can't think of. I know who he is, but I can't think of what movie.
Steve Carell.
For your version now.
Well,
So, probably The Office.
it's got to be Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Michael Gary Scott. Let's just throw it out there.
He's no David Brent, but I agree. Dave Grohl. I don't know who that is.
He's the lead singer. So you could. He's either the drummer for.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm
are you
sorry.
shitting me?
No,
The lead
I'm
for
trying to
Foo
think of an
Fighters.
actor. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. we were
Obviously in Tenacious D.
as I look further down this list, I'm seeing that this is not all actors. So now I'm on board. Okay, yes, definitely Nirvana.
He was in Tenacious D.
Was he also in that?
With Jack Black.
And there's one.
He
other
was the
guy.
devil.
Okay.
He was shredding.
Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Rain of Fire.
First thing that comes to mind for me is
He was
Time to Kill for me. It's like that's the movie that I think of. It's also the first.
not Fast and Furious. God damn it, Dazed and Confused.
It's also the first movie I saw in the theater with Laura. Like the first movie Laura and I went to go see together. It was like a date. It was Time to Kill.
good old John Grisham date night.
He was.
Yes, he deserved to die.
And I hope he burns in hell.
So for me, it's either Interstellar or
nice.
or Wolf of Wall Street, because he had that little role, but he's like, those are rookie numbers. You got to pump up those numbers.
Yeah, he's great.
He's got so much range that people don't give him credit for.
But I told you I saw an interview with him where he was like, yeah, I played the same role forever because I had kids and I needed to set them up with college and for their future. And
I
now,
like it being real.
And he's like, and now they're set up and I can do whatever I want now. So I'm going to do whatever I want. And I don't have to do romantic comedies where I play an idiot from the South.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I take back everything I ever said about you. Like, Nicolas Cage,
The Rock, with Sean Connery.
So I gotta say,
I'm National Treasure.
See, I gotta say that I can't even remember the name of it, but he's like a prisoner on the plane.
Con Air,
which also stars John Cusack,
and only because of the GIF.
Like the hair. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's become so iconic. John Travolta. Pulp Fiction for me.
Michael, for whatever reason.
The bad guy in the first.
Really? That's interesting.
The bad guy in the Thomas Jane Punisher movie.
Grease would be up there too, but like, I've never even seen it.
Like I'm saying these like as in like the association game with like psychiatrist.
Right, exactly.
Not as in what I think about what I really know.
Right. Just like what?
Yeah,
why does Michael? I saw the movie once like 30 years ago.
I've never seen it. I know it's baseball.
Is it? No, he was the Angel Michael.
I know he was. I'm thinking. I'm confusing
Angels in the outfield.
Angels in the outfield.
With John Travolta.
I'm confusing the two.
Oh my god.
Also, Phenomenon. What's another one?
Oh yeah.
LL Cool J Phenomenon.
Something like Carl Urban.
Oh, also Doom or Chronicles of Riddick.
The
Star Trek.
Bill the Butcher from The Boys. That's Carl Urban. He was the.
Oh, is it?
He's in a lot of nerd movies.
Okay, he's the bald-headed guy in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, okay. Dredd.
That watches the. Yeah, he played Dredd.
Yeah, Bill the Butcher would be my choice, but I thought he was a country singer.
That's Keith. That's Keith Urban.
Keith Urban in Angels in the Outfield.
Keith Urban starring in Angels in the Outfield. So he's married in Keith Urban's married to Nicole Kidman, by the way.
Ice Cube.
Friday. Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Star Trek.
I'm gonna say
more so than X-Men.
Man,
even though I've never seen it, like
I've
never seen him.
And you've seen all the X-Men.
Yeah, I still like that's the most iconic for me with him.
I mean, Professor Xavier is what comes to mind for me immediately.
No Professor X memes. There's a lot of Captain Picard memes.
Sure. Ian McKellen.
X-Men.
Gandalf for me.
Yeah, it's Gandalf for me too.
Mr. Esposito from The Mandalorian, the officer of the Imperial.
Oh, Giancarlo. That's how you say that, by the way.
I don't even try.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, so he said Giancarlo Esposito, and he said, "It's okay, Bobby. You can just call him Mr. Esposito."
Okay.
I don't know him.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's one of two roles. I mean, I don't know him from. I'm sure he's done plenty else, but also Breaking Bad for me as well.
He was also in Oz. He played a pretty cool character in Oz. Also, another show I super recommend. Paul Rudd is Ant-Man to me.
Oh man,
now
he was in that all those Judd Apatow movies that
yes,
and it's fresh in mind because he's in 40-Year-Old Virgin,
right? Yeah.
But I know him as Ant-Man. That's
the same.
Zach Braff, I don't know who that is.
So he was in
Scrubs.
He was the lead in Scrubs, which
was in Garden State.
I've seen Garden State, but
Scrubs is what comes to mind for me. Him in Scrubs.
Donald Faison.
He's
only in Scrubs. What else is he in?
Clueless. He was in Clueless.
Yes, he was a dude in Clueless. That's right.
The black dude in the Clueless movie.
Scrubs is a great show.
Never seen it.
I don't watch much shows, but
I don't care for it.
I love Scrubs.
I never liked it.
Never watched either. Donald Faison.
Faison, that's his name.
Yep.
Oh, that's another guy from Scrubs.
Oh, hang on. There's two guys named Donald.
No, Zach Braff and Donald Faison.
Yeah,
they're both
they're
from
the
Scrubs.
two leads.
Oh, okay.
From
All right.
Scrubs.
Yeah, I don't know them.
Yeah.
John Hamm.
Mad Men. He's a lead in Mad Men.
His name sounds familiar. I can't conjure his face.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
You guys haven't seen Mad Men?
Mm-mm.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah. Will Ferrell.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights immediately comes to mind.
Talladega Nights is my first
we
one
just
too.
talked about
But no, but that is my default with him.
And you know what it is? It's
even though I like Step Brothers more.
My visual is him running around in his underwear on the race car track after he loses his mind.
Oh, fine. Because we know his name is Ricky Bobby, right?
Help me, Tom Cruise.
I don't know his name in any other fucking movie other than I know that he's in it. What's his name in Step Brothers?
Ricky Bobby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's his name in Elf?
Buddy. I knew that one.
What's his name in fucking
Stranger Than Fiction.
Oh. Yeah, what fucking the ice skating movie?
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
Woody Harrelson.
White Man Can't Jump.
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I was going to say Born Killers.
Carnage.
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Jim Lee.
X-Men.
X-Men. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
What else is? Oh, I mean, I guess
I was having to shift genres in my mind to get to Jim Lee.
Yeah, because I mean, he has a super impactful run on Batman. Like Hush is, the Jim Lee run,
but X-Men #1 though.
Yeah, X-Men #1 is the highest selling comic of all time.
I mean,
just ask Rob Liefeld because he always has to say it.
How many?
And it hurts his soul every time.
How many variant covers do you have, Joe?
No,
I probably still have 10 of them somewhere.
Just the one.
I had
just
all
the Wolverine one.
I had all of them singular. Well, he was not on just one by himself.
I mean, is with Cyclops and
yes,
yeah,
yes. I had all 5.
The one next to it would be the one with Magneto.
Are they still bagged with a hologram card?
No, they're fucking. I think I gave him the shoulders. I have all 5, and then I had the fold out one. The fold out one I still have signed, by him. Weird flex. Jeff Johns, for me, is Green Lantern.
I'm going to say Green Lantern because you talk about Jeff Johns and
Yes.
Green Lantern,
Yeah.
and I don't.
Only by association.
Harrison Ford, Han Solo. For me.
Wasn't me was the one on.
I think Indiana Jones is the first thing that comes to mind. for him.
I think-
Fugitive for me for some reason.
What?
Dude, that comes to mind too. The
You said
Fugitive with Tommy
Fugitive.
Lee Jones.
It wasn't me was the one I ran.
Yeah.
And
No.
Tommy Lee
That
Jones
was
is
a great
like,
movie.
that's not what.
Dude, let's just for a minute. Let's pause. Think about the run Harrison Ford had in the
It's
early
crazy.
90s. It's every summer he had a blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
There used to be like only 5 actors that could pick their movies, and he was one of them.
Yeah.
It was like him, Morgan Freeman, Anthony Hopkins. I can't remember. There's 2 other ones. Anthony Anderson. I don't know who that is.
Me either.
His current run on Blackish. He's the lead actor of Blackish.
I know him from Roll Me Must Die.
He was in The Departed.
Okay.
He was on the show. I'll go back. I have some history with Anthony Anderson. He was on a Saturday morning Saved by the Bell-ish show.
Movies are going to be better for me.
That was like called Hoop It Up. It was about a basketball team at a high school. I remember.
I just remember him from. He's the lead henchman in a Jet Li movie. I think it's Roll Me Must Die.
I think you're right. He is a henchman and just gets his ass handed to him very quickly.
Yeah. He's trying to get Aaliyah.
Yes. Back in One Piece, right?
Yes.
He's not listening.
No, back in One Piece.
See?
That's pretty fucked up.
It was a good soundtrack, at least.
I'm big mad.
I like that soundtrack a lot. With Timberland.
Yeah. What is that? Aaliyah. What's the name of that song?
I don't know the names of songs. I just know I had the CD.
Is that the one with the little baby in it that goes?
No,
That's Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, that was Dr. Dolittle.
Oh.
The one.
God bless. I'm sharper than that. I should be better. I have no one to blame but myself. I take responsibility. Steven Spielberg.
Jurassic
AI.
Park.
Jurassic Park for me too.
Why
Even
is it
though,
AI? I don't-
even though when I think about it further, see,
I'm a psychiatrist.
Are
bro.
you a big Alan
see,
Iverson?
I've never watched the movie.
Alan Iverson?
Really?
AI with a fucking kid?
Yeah.
No.
I think you would probably really enjoy it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like it's right up your alley. Like
It may be an anime, actually.
yeah, like
It's got anime tendencies.
you should.
It seemed very childish to me. Like
Oh,
it just
oh,
presented
sir.
itself as a kid movie.
It's
Oh,
a it's
no.
a Kubrick movie.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fucked
okay.
up. You'd like him.
Okay,
I don't know where
watch
it's
it.
available, but
So, I mean, it must be a classic for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Haley Joe Osment.
It's like a kind of a cult classic though. Like
yeah. Because
Okay.
I remember it was big, but I was young, and even then I thought it was like
Yeah,
looked
it was
young.
It was
like a kids movie. To
It was
me.
the last movie that Kubrick wanted to do, and he died before he could do it. So Spielberg took his treatment and made it for him.
Oh, nice. I feel like I'm fucking up by not having watched it all these years.
No. This is I wouldn't suggest. I want to say good movies. I wouldn't suggest well-renowned movies to you, but this is one that you would probably really enjoy. Idris Elba.
Pacific Rim.
The Office.
So, like,
He had a solid run in The Office as Charles.
I mean, a Stringer Bell for me.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot about that. But Office is just so front of mind for me. But Stringer Bell was a great role too, man.
Yeah.
He's a fucking fantastic guy.
For sure.
I've never seen him in anything and thought
I would love for him to be
fuck
Jon
casted
Stewart.
this?
in the biopic about the Daily Show and like how it was made and stuff.
Yeah. I think he played that role really strong.
No,
Well, and Hemdahl was. I mean, that wasn't much to
Yes.
that role, and died tragically. But
yeah. Samuel L. Jackson.
oh, that's tough.
So to me, it's got to be Pulp Fiction. Like it's like I think it's his most iconic role. His second most iconic role to me is a challenging question.
Mace Windu.
Probably Mace Windu.
Mace Windu or Fury?
Or that dude with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth in Jurassic Park the whole time.
Oh,
Or he was the character.
scientist? Yes, scientist.
I'm trying to get Jurassic Park back online. I used to do whenever I used to have a cigarette in my mouth and I had to do shit with my hands. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like tightening a wrench or something. I'd always look to a buddy and be like, I'm trying to get Jurassic Park back online. Like it was like a thing I used to do all the time.
Back when you smoked.
Yeah. Did you? And you said.
Oh, I didn't. Honestly, it's probably Jurassic Park comes to mind. Snakes on a Plane does too. Although I've never seen the movie, it's just like motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Quentin Tarantino.
That's till dawn.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I guess it's Pulp Fiction.
Ben Stiller.
Meet the fuckers.
Yeah,
no,
meet the parents.
Yeah.
There's something about Mary.
But like,
Oh, that's a
but
good one too.
Zoolander and Dodgeball.
Yeah,
and
they're both great.
and-
So great. I
They had
mean,
a lot of good Ben Stiller movies.
Yeah, dude.
Tropic Thunder. Come on.
oh,
I don't like that movie.
Was
but
Jet Black?
you don't like Tropic Thunder?
Was Jet Black? No.
No, I don't
Oh
like
my
that movie.
God.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah,
I
he
think-
doesn't like
that
good
movie.
movies.
I think it's what's funny is I like all the comedies that like surround that era, but like that one I was just like, this is not funny to me. Like I didn't I don't think I laughed one time. The only thing that I thought was kind of funny was just how much of a lunatic they made Tom Cruise out.
Well, that
to
was
be.
what I was going to
It's
mention.
great with him
I might
dancing.
want to
Yeah,
backtrack
yeah.
and say that Les Grossman character may be my favorite Tom Cruise role of all.
Well, this isn't favorite.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
this is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
comes
yeah,
to
yeah,
mind.
yeah. Vince Vaughn,
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Now that I
Yeah.
just said Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Michael J. Fox.
Back to the Future.
So I'm probably like the first thing that I think of is Teen Wolf. Like
You'd like that shit.
dude, I love that shit. I used to look at my shit in the mirror and be like, man, are they coming down or what? Look at my canines. Are they coming down or what? What's going on out here?
Yeah, I guess Back to the Future is
Yeah.
the first thing that comes to mind.
No Family Ties?
Family
Nobody?
Ties, honestly, is where I
Family-
knew him from.
Dude, we had a Family Ties board game.
That sounds
Really?
Yeah.
thrilling.
Yeah, oh God, I'm sure. Jennifer Lawrence does porn pics.
Yeah, there's Butthole.
Yeah. But then the next thing would be
X-Men.
Hunger Games, probably.
for me, it's
and,
X-Men.
and
Then
not
watch-
because
I think about her at the Hunger Games.
yeah, and not because I like those movies especially. It's just to me, it's like an iconic thing for
Yeah,
her.
you're related to
That's
him.
why she came like popular, right?
Yeah, and like if I was to tell somebody, like I feel like I'd have a better chance.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, Mark Hamill, Luke.
Yeah, it's Luke.
Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah, but I feel like
But like Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker's where it's at. Especially now with the like new trilogy.
Sean Bean.
Oh, fucking Fermi. Bormi.
I'm gonna say
He dies in every fucking movie.
Hang on, I'm almost there.
Same thing I told you, girl.
Yeah, probably right. Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
Silent Hill.
I would probably say Boromir, but I would hope I'm never in that position where I got to tell somebody who Sean Bean is.
But like he is in a lot of things.
Yes, yeah. And then lastly, Scarlett Johansson.
Goes to show.
Johansson.
She's.
I
mean,
know Joe's picks.
it's gonna be Black Widow for me. Like, I think that's the most iconic. thing for
Yeah,
her.
I've enjoyed her work elsewhere, but that's what comes to mind.
Same.
Yeah.
Phew.
That was good.
He said that's
I
enough. That if this
enjoyed
goes over well, I'll put more of these together. Sounds good, Paul.
I enjoyed
Yeah, we
that.
enjoyed that.
I have to like analyze myself now why I answer certain ways.
It would be interesting for us to do these and write them down without each other's influence in the room.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah,
see
because
what
once
we
we've
came
said
up
a
with.
movie, like the
Yeah,
next,
that's true.
Yeah.
I'll try to be better about that. Nathan P. How's it going in our crew? Hope you all are doing well and was wondering if y'all could answer some questions I had. What's worse, a dog in heat or a cat in heat?
Cat and Heat.
I'll say a dog.
I say a dog only because I don't have a point of reference for a cat.
I have a point of reference for both, and dogs.
Worse.
It's blood everywhere.
If your significant other, it was a firefight. If your significant other had to wear any outfit you chose for an entire day, what outfit would you make them wear? Correct answer is the Frogman's costume.
Frogman?
So I'll tell you, my wife got this dress recently for that wedding, but it was a little too racy for the wedding. So we shelved that one. and
For private use.
yeah, so that and some heels, give it to me.
Kelly got a new romper the other day that, yeah, she could wear that every day if she wanted to. I'm good with that.
Love to hear it.
But I'll put her in Tifa costume all day.
Oh, what?
Because she's naked all the time anyway.
Oh,
so.
what costume?
Tifa?
Oh, I thought you said teacup.
Teacup.
I was like,
yes.
that's wild.
Well, like a little, and I'll be the teapot, and I'll pour into her.
Short and stout.
Yes. Stout. There's a stout part.
Has a doctor ever done anything to you during a checkup or an appointment that freaked you out?
No.
I will say, the dentist that we started going to, she like was feeling all around under my tongue and stuff, and I'm like, "What is this?" She's like, "I mean, nobody else is going to check your mouth for cancer." I'm like, "That's a good point. I never thought about that." It caught me off guard. I'm like, "Why is she? What is this part of it? Do I get a tongue massage?"
I don't know.
That's just, I guess, not just teeth. It's all mouth.
I don't know if I can think of anything that freak me out, but I'll tell you what I don't like when they go in your ear with that fucking thing like that. It's like a little.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit at all. Please get that shit out of my ear. Like
You like picking your ear with metal fucking.
as long as I'm in control. They fucking. I feel like they're trying to get to the other side of my head.
They're trying to get inside your head.
Yeah.
That's
the
for
goal.
sure.
See through.
And then he gave a personal story, but unfortunately we're a little stressed for time today. So Joe S. What up, Nerd Ragers? Dude. Hope all is well. This is more for Chris if he is interested. I've heard Jake the Snake brought up a couple times, and it seems in the last few shows there's a documentary about him called The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. It's streaming on Amazon. I'm not really into wrestling scene. I got out when Mae Young gave birth to a hand.
Shout out to Mark Henry for that one.
Yep, he said Mark Henry's child's hand.
Yep.
However, I learned about it through a yoga program, DPP's yoga program,
PDPY. I actually did some of that this weekend.
which I've dropped 115 pounds in less than a year doing, and
lot
can't
of
say
people say a
enough
lot
great
of
things
things
about
about
it. Anyway, if Jake the Snake's fall into substance abuse and recovery is interesting to you, give it a watch. That was all.
I am familiar with that. I believe I saw it years ago. But that's good stuff. And the DDP yoga, that's my brother-in-law.
lot of people-
100. He's also 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And like, we were in the hotel room, and he's like, "I'm gonna do this, morning routine." And I did it with him. It wasn't anything
Crazy.
crazy. It's yoga. He does more of like when you do the yoga pose, you flex instead of just holding. And it tightens everything up, and lots of people
Isometric
have success
exercise.
stories. So I've actually thought about subscribing to it,
Nice.
just to try to do something.
Slogging through this from Sam M. Slogging through the Bad Batch, and man, is it a chore.
Why do you people put yourself through this? I don't understand.
I feel in some part this is due to how strong the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars was, and this following immediately after. Have you ever been turned off of something because it was so good and couldn't maintain? Could apply to movies, TVs, video games, etc. Love you guys. Keep up the good work, Sam. So I'm going to tell you the thing that comes to mind, and I've been vocal about it here, is the Justice League Snyder Cut may have ruined me. It may have ruined me. Like, I feel like it's like that heroin blast. I'm chasing that blast now from here on out, and it's very unlikely that I'll ever get something like that again,
That's
just
very
due to
true.
logistics. So that's what instantly comes to mind.
The Assassin's Creed game series for me.
Assassin's Creed game series.
It was so strong, so good. Like with the SEO trilogy and even the third one, and then like I kept playing them just to fucking keep playing them to continue. And then at some point, I was just like, I had enough, man. This is not good.
I wonder if Mass Effect Andromeda could probably fall into that category also.
Yeah, after 3, I was just
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't. Nothing immediately comes to mind. I mean, episode 9. After really digesting it,
I forgot that existed.
I was just like, and honestly, the
I was trying to put it on my mind.
the juxtaposition of me enjoying The Mandalorian was kind of propping up Star Wars for me. But that's what happens is once that's not on TV, and I'm not digging what's just kind of like whatever about Star Wars. I mean, it'll come back around for me. It always does.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
9 really put it.
It did a number on me.
Like 8,
A lot of
I
people
loved
did.
8
It did
so
a lot of
much. I
people.
was like in the huge train, hype train, and then it killed it.
All right. So shout out to Sanjay. He says his title was South Jersey and Philly. That's my joint. He said, felt the love hearing about my Joan. As you know, Philly is the capital of South Jersey. We are an honest blue-collar community who love our Eagles, water ice, and the Jersey Shore and Delaware Bay. Please do not confuse us with those entitled and pretentious folks from North Jersey and the Philly burbs, or those nice Amish people in Pennsylvania. Harrisburg is more of a concept than a capital, and Pittsburgh may as well be in West Virginia.
Shout out to our Pittsburgh fam.
And then he said, no hate, we all love country roads in the Shenandoah Valley.
Yes.
As for Trenton, great place for a third grade field trip, given General Washington's history. Hope this clarifies the dynamics of your northern neighbors.
It's
Shout
perfect.
out to Sanjay.
That shit
Sanjay's a
is
good dude.
Perfect.
I will say my dad used to, I kept this in here to read on the show to tell the story. My dad used to take this fucking canoe trip with me every year down the Shenandoah. Like it was fucking. It took all day, and it climaxed at these big rapids. Joe, you wouldn't believe the rapids. I fucking hated it every fucking year. The fucking carrying the boat down to this, getting in, rowing all fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, you stop and have lunch on a little sand island with fucking bugs all over you, and you get back and go down, and you fucking... The rapids were fun, as long as you didn't fucking tip over, which I did one time.
Oh.
But yeah, that's my Shenandoah. Shenandoah. All right, so, Mysterious Benedict Society. Dear NRR, is anyone watching this on Disney Plus? I find it entertaining mainly because it's filmed and scripted like the Royal Tenenbaums. Have a great 4th of July, Sanjay.
Did you enjoy that movie? Have you watched that movie?
I have seen
It's
it.
a strange
It's like in that
movie.
same
I
like
enjoyed
Rushmore.
it.
What was the name of the
and,
show again? The what?
Mysterious Benedict Society.
Yeah, I was just.
Do you know
looking it up.
why? Benedict Arnold, obviously, like the most famous Benedict. Do you know why that nobody liked Arnold? Because he Benedict.
God damn it! God damn it! It's so obvious.
And then he says, "P.S. Skullators is my suggestion for Bobby Scott." I did get a lot of these. But yeah, I'm not watching it. I
never heard of it.
I respect that shit, but I also feel like that shit's smarter than me. You know what I mean? Like it's another one of those things where I'm like, I think this is good.
The Wes Anderson vibe,
but it's too smart for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, and like at the same time, like I'm not the guy that's gonna laugh at the farting either. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I don't like the extremes. Like the really smart stuff and the really dumb stuff, like step on a rake. You know what I mean? Like, and it comes up and oh, his nose, it got him. See, there's this guy like I used to know. He'll always come up to you and be like, "Guess who I seen the other day?" Fucking Southern Maryland, like Cecil County type of guy. Good guy, but guess who I seen the other day? Who's that? Everybody opened my eyes and looked at. Oh, you got me again.
Wow.
Yeah. Shane G sent another story. I'm gonna because we're pressed for time. I'm gonna hold off on this one for just a second. Rudy A. Sup Nerds, couple questions. What's your favorite song from your favorite artist, and what's their most overrated song? What's their most underrated song, and what's your favorite album from them? And least favorite
Such a
album.
fucking deep ask. Oh, for you, MOREtal. So I'm such a fucking simpleton. Like,
My favorite artist
comes
is
to music.
my favorite artist is Nine Inch Nails. My favorite album of theirs is The Fragile. My least favorite album of theirs is almost anything they've done in the past 10 years.
ever since he got jacked.
Yeah, ever since he got jacked. Ever since he got healthy. You know, I liked him better when he was drunk and broken.
You don't want healthy artists.
No. What are you gonna express? Happiness? Fuck out of here. I think that they're
happiness is an emotion too, right?
my favorite song from them is a song called Wish. It's on Broken. My least favorite song, I don't know.
Anything in the last 10 years.
Yes, anything in the last 10 years. And underrated and overrated is so subjective. I think the song like that this lyric is from, The Great Below, is super underrated. It's on The Fragile. And I think that like there's songs like, so I love by Nine Inch Nails a song called The Hand That Feeds You. But it's super popular. But but like while I love it, I also think it is overrated.
Right, you can like something
Yes.
and think it's good, but still overrated
Yes.
at the same time.
Yes.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Yes. Anybody else want to partake?
Yeah, I don't like music like that. I mean, I like music, but not like that.
I mean, a lot of the shit I listen to is so obscure that nobody has opinions on the majority of it.
Yellow Wolf is not that obscure, bro.
Well, I was just thinking through that. I'm like, I don't know, but he hasn't had bona fide hit songs. Like Till It's Gone was probably his biggest hit, which is one of my favorite songs of his. I don't think I couldn't say anything's underrated or overrated because the rollout of that material has just been garbage over the years. So there's my 2 cents.
Michael P says, this is a long email. I'm gonna give the gist of it. He says, I just finished reading the IDW Phase 2, Volume 12.
I still haven't finished IDW.
The IDW stories are, by and large, some of the best TF stories, period. Yep. But now that I've finished Phase 2, I don't really understand some things. It ends in the middle of a bunch of stories, and the regular stuff picks up with the Lost Light later on, and MTE kind of ends abruptly with Unicron and all that kind of stuff. And why is this? So I don't know exactly why. To my understanding, this is when Hasbro had total involvement with the series, feels like. and it kind of just reset everything. And then I think IDW was even in danger of losing the Transformer license at a certain point. I don't think they ended up losing it, but it was all part of it. So like things got rushed, things got like tagged and bagged, as it were, and it's unfortunate because that run was something truly special.
Yeah, until we get, I feel like maybe I'm biased, but I feel like if they were left alone, it would have been able to continue being great. It felt like someone had a hand in it that just fucking mushed it.
It felt tampered with.
Yes. It doesn't feel the same.
Blatantly. And what's funny is it's also the closest, I say this all the time, but it's also the closest, like, so you had the G1 cartoon, which was like the driving fiction of that franchise, and, basically not funded, but, it made the toys profitable. It made the toys
Generations, the Chuck line
attractive, right? And then I mean like G1 toys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you never really get that again in Transformers until IDW with the Generations line that were they were following the same format that was so successful in 85, and they fucking botched it. And they said, like, you know what? No, we know better. We want to make these characters. You're not writing about these characters. Well, now you will. Now you will, because we want to make these characters. Yep, Combiner Wars. That's
Titan Wars.
As soon as Combiner Wars started is when IDW started tanking. Yep.
It felt like the movies. It was like, what does this fucking MacGuffin come from?
Yep. KFC, happy 4th.
What's the second fucking Combiner, bro?
What?
The second piece of the Combiner that you should be getting.
Which one?
To review from KFC.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point, man.
You had the one, and then...
Yeah, where's Groove? Where's Groove? Maybe you spend a little less time sending in questions than Nuri, a little bit more time producing Groove. How KFC got his Groove back.
Hey, stop talking, sending emails.
Hey, guys, happy 4th. You may have already recorded this week. Hell if I know. 2 questions. Number 1, best fireworks you've personally lit off.
Lit off.
And how close have you come to blowing a finger off from lighting? So... as our Southern representative, Chris, I feel like this is...
you ever go to Phantom?
I've never done any super dangerous fire. My dad was a fireman, so, like, there's... Like, growing up in... Like, I find this, like, I know somebody, like, some kids that, like, grew up with electricians as fathers, and, like, everything, like, all of the lights and shit, like, had to be tight. So, like, things in my house, like, we were never going to do fireworks. That was not something that was going to be on the menu. Surge protectors were going to be everywhere, and they were all going to be rated to a certain, like certain shit like that. Bathroom fans, not welcome, because the fucking motors burn out. And like, there was a number of things that, like, just growing up, it just wasn't on the menu, and fireworks was one of them.
So, to an extent, my parents were not big fans of that. You'll shoot your eye out, kid, kind of mentality, right? So, we never did a lot until I was a little older, and we would do. We do bottle rocket fights.
That's a lot safer.
Bottle rocket fights. So we'd take a piece of PVC pipe, put some duct tape on the end of it, and you make a launcher, and we'd set up little barricades, and it was all fun until the Roman candles came out. And those are a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah.
Now I never got.
That's the one that's like they fire multiple ones out.
They shoot the balls out. Yeah. 6 or 7, I guess, depending on what it is. But yeah, I never got anywhere near close to injuring myself.
Yeah.
In anything.
You, Joe?
No, me. I lit stuff, but like never seemed dangerous to me.
I'll tell you a funny carny thing I did we were running wrestling. 4th of July came around, and we're gonna do an outside show with fireworks. Bring your own fireworks to set off because I wouldn't go buy them. And we had a great fireworks show. All these people set off the fireworks.
Kevin R. wrote in and said, "You guys are fucking great. Keep up the good shit.
Yeah, thank you.
My son is turning 15 in a couple weeks and got what he calls his first real girlfriend. He warned me that her father and mother were real conservative, and one of the first things they asked him where he went to church. And I'm sure you get the vibes. So I have not met this young lady. He has since met her and says she's quite nice, but has a borderline gum teeth issue going on. However, one day the girl's mother took the 2 teenagers to get ice cream and asked my son what if he was going to wait until he got married to have sex. My son was shocked and said something to the effect of, I guess, if that's what it takes. The young lady was mortified, and the awkwardness found an all-new high. Needless to say, I was fucking pissed, so I'd love to hear the crew's thoughts and how you would handle this.
I mean, that's an awkward ass
That's
question.
brazen as fuck for that other lady to come out and say that.
Yeah,
I agree. I wouldn't take it any other kind. I wouldn't take, me personally, I wouldn't take it any way. Like, I don't have a son, so I don't know what the vibe is. Like, I would be much more concerned if a father of a boy asked my daughter anything. Then
Absolutely.
You know, that's a different ball game.
But could you imagine you or your wife asking a young fella something like that?
No. Because honestly, I would probably handle it on my end. I would handle it on my end.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Also, a different type of people, like when not fucking fundamentalist or conservative or anything like that.
No, but I don't want my kid out there getting dick slung to her either.
True, but I don't realistically just
fucking frisbees out
just
there.
like chopped off. Fucking dismembered penises thrown.
What the hell?
It's fucking raining dicks.
Maybe you should do that so they keep them away.
I personally find it unrealistic for people to even fathom that that's the case. Like that people are gonna wait to get married to have sex.
Well, it is, and also like here's
what world do you fucking live in, bro?
Here's why I don't think I would take it any kind of way if it was of a son, because it was like, bitch,
yeah,
like you can say whatever you want and you can ask whatever you want. If it gets thrown his way,
he's taking it.
He's taking
it.
The same way that your first boyfriend took it, the same way that I took it, the same like that's what it is. It's a cat and mouse game. Mm-hmm. And if the mouse comes out, that's what it is. So it doesn't matter what questions you ask and how they answer. It's always going to fall the same way. It's always falling.
I mean, it's going to fall when the girl says yes or no. Because
that's really fucking awkward. To one, ask, you're going to presume that we are going to engage in sex at some point in time. 2, you're going to.
That's why you're asking.
You're assuming I'm going to marry your daughter.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know, there's a lot 15. Of like what.
Yeah, at 15.
It's crazy. But like,
listen, if you've got your morals and your ideals and you want to live by that, then that's fine. But just know that if you go outside your bubble, that I think you're going to have people that don't have those same morals.
I think the way that I handled it would be I would pull my son up and I would say, look, this girl's probably fucking completely embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Make her feel okay.
Yeah.
Make her feel not ashamed. Make her feel like you can't be, she might come over here and I might make some crazy ass comment. Just, give her whatever she needs. Make her feel okay. Don't take her mother. Just don't sweat it.
Defuse the situation.
Yeah. Also, he's like younger. He's like less experienced. So, like that's probably out of the fucking blue for him. Exactly. But like if anything,
part of that comes down to why you think you can talk to my son like that.
Like
right?
his response should be like, "Did you wait?" Yeah. I haven't thought about it yet. I'm only 15. Did you wait?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read this one too. Kind of lengthy, but this is from Iman. Said, I've been listening to your show for years now and has become my favorite podcast. I love the nerd talk,
Thank you.
But the best is hearing Joe's reactions to Chris's jokes.
God damn it.
Collecting has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. He's done it all. Of all the things he's collected, only one has been such a pain in the ass to collect that has caused him to dump his entire collection on an eBay lot. Can you guess what it is?
G.I. Joe.
Transformers?
If you said G.I. Joe Classified, you're absolutely right. Dealing with Target inventory issues and the lack of availability killed all interest I had in the line. Have you guys ever had this happen to you? I can't remember if this came up before, but if not, I'd be interested to hear how the availability affected you guys. Thanks again for everything you do. Hope one day Bobby will bring back the Force Sensitive. P.S. Have you heard of the Star Wars book, The Heart of the Jedi? It was supposed to be released in '93, but was lost. The author found it, released it online, and he's included a link to it. No, I've never heard of that. He said,
"You'll read it right after Coruscant Nights."
Be sure to add it to the list right after Coruscant Nights.
Nice. Perfect. Fucking perfect.
I'm trying to think. I don't think like I think that I haven't had that issue. The NECA Turtles has definitely been a temptation to say fuck it all. Same with G.I. Joe Classified, but I haven't gotten that far yet. I think the biggest issue I face in something that's related to this is not having a bays for my Chirrut, which you'll be happy to hear. It does bother me, Joe. And
Thank you.
And not having a Cyborg from my Justice League. Like those two things.
Oh, there's a Cyborg. Hot Toys is putting out a Cyborg. Cyborg Spider-Man.
right.
But I mean, I think it'll stand in just fine.
Yeah, right. But that's the type of shit that makes me frustrated with a line. Is not
hitting the whole line. Like
Yeah,
all the Mortal Kombat lines you ever started.
correct. Just now getting a Bodhi. Storm is a good example of one I'm thinking about. Like just dumping. If I didn't have these dioramas, and I'm so happy with the dioramas, they do make me feel good.
Right.
But like if I didn't have my collection set up this way, I would dump that line. Like I'd have no belief and faith in the future of it.
In 20 years, you might get everybody.
Maybe.
So
I'd be fucking retired. I'd be buying it on SSI.
First and 15th, right? So, I will say that I was collecting the NECA Aliens line, and they did a SDCC exclusive Newt figure.
Oh,
That was, I mean, at the time, impossible to get. I didn't have obviously any connections and or to get it or anything, and it was literally like an online, like a convention, a true convention exclusive.
Okay.
Like I may be
not like
misremembering.
nowadays. Nowadays you can like order online.
I don't even think you could order an army, or if you could, it went like lickety split. So based on that decision, I gave up on that line. I had a lot. I had a lot. And the real twist of the knife is 2-3 years later, I'm at ZoloCon or one of those local kind of shows, and NECA set up there, and what do they have? A whole stack of that
course.
goddamn Newt
Of
figure
course.
with the SDCC exclusive on it. I'm like, you motherfuckers. I'm even more angry about it now.
I wonder if like companies realize that, like, yes, exclusives drive your sales up, but also could lose you customers permanently.
Yeah, they don't. I'm sure they have a churn, a quantitative in their matrix that'll tell you their algorithm.
Al Gore's rhythm.
Al Gore. That's how Tipper got pregnant twice.
That's a fact. That's also why she was so against cursing in music.
That's why she didn't like Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna read Shane G's email now. This is a long email, but it's about the Creole conversation that we had last week. So we're going to get through it real quick. He says, since I'm a Louisiana guy born and raised, I'll help you guys out with the conversation you were having. The Creole accent is found mainly in New Orleans area and its surrounding towns. A good, thick New Orleans accent, or yak, as some will call it from here, could be described as a cross between a slight New York accent and some of what I hear in your accent, Bobby. Well, how about that? New Orleans has a lot of Italian ties due to the heavy mafia influence in the 20s and 30s. Mash those two together, and that's what you hear from a native New Orleans folk. If you head down west Interstate 10, it starts to change. First and foremost, I have yet to ever hear an actor ever get a true Cajun accent correct. So I will give you one. I want to ask this of him. There was a show called Key West. It had like one season. It was like in the late 80s, early 90s. Like a
Sounds fucking familiar.
there was a Cajun character on there that seemed to have his voice sounded like what I imagined Gambit to sound like. Anyway. They all try and just sound mentally ridiculous. And the representation of folk from down in the bayou areas, west of New Orleans, like in the Terrebonne Parish, has always been less than stellar. Just look up the show Swamp People. Yeah, we don't talk like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some people that I could probably use subtitles to understand, but that's few and far between. If you go further west, you'll end up in his neck of the woods in Lafayette Parish. He's lived in this area his whole life, and it changes. Lafayette as a town and parish have grown, and so is the diversity. I personally don't have what people would say a Cajun accent, but my mom, my dad, my grandparents all have some sort of version of it. And that all depends on where around this area you grew up. There's an area of the parish with 4 towns that connect to each other. Each town has its own dialect. That's yes. Similar here too.
Yeah.
But each town has a very subtle nuances in the way they speak. They all get pissed if you mistaken them from a different. That's true here too. Yeah, he says you guys know the vibe. That is true. Now, if you go further to the west around Lake Charles area, you see a lot of infiltration from Texas there. Not a lot of Cajun accents, but more of a twang to their voices, which you're familiar with, Chris. From Texas,
Texas,
where you're from.
Some family in Lake Charles.
Yeah. Now, if you decide to head north, you're heading into redneck country. I'm sure being from Alabama, Chris knows the redneck culture very well. And once you get up into the area,
I know all the nuance,
which borders Arkansas, it gets a bit weird. Just like he left it at that. And we don't really talk about those folks. Strange.
Like we don't talk about the Barrel of Maryland.
Strange people up there. Hill folk.
It's true.
Yo, fuck.
Long beards, less teeth, lots of meth. The perfect combination for a damn good Saturday night. So that's my 10-cent tour of the beloved state of Louisiana. Hope it helps you get a glimpse into our world
Yeah.
here. Until next time, go Power Rangers.
Oh, God. Power Rangers.
Oh man.
And that's that.
Yeah, that's nice.
So shout out to the rest of the Cool Table if you listen to this show. And
Shout out to you. You
and
listener.
you
You're
make
cool.
a podcast, you're in the Cool Table. Or if you listen to any of those podcasts, you're also
Exactly.
the Cool Table.
That's what everyone listening right now.
Table's big as fuck. You ever seen that one at in the Leonardo da Vinci painting of the Last Supper?
Yes.
Bigger than that. And you can sit on both sides of it. So it's a nice.
That's double the size automatically.
Epic.
Shout out to Raul on our Instagram. I had a dream. It might have been. I had a dream recently that somebody was like told me to fuck off, and I didn't know why. And I want to say it was Raul, but it could have been you.
Which is more likely?
Hey, Raul, we'll talk after the show, buddy.
And you were there. Shout out to Dante on our Facebook. Shout out to Marilyn Phil on Twitter and on our notes. And also had a birthday. So happy birthday, Phil. And shout out to the Gort Sensitive and Esteban at all costs. And with that,
Flappy labias.
Tasty taint.
tight dick player.